Everybody, how's it going? Groovy Lava Squirrel Medic here, and I'm here with Jimmy, Ojisan, Saucy, Shane, and Micah from Micah's Mix, and we are here for the one and only
Micah Pool, damn it, Micah Pool.
Micah Pool. I apologize. There's so many pools out there, I don't know. But we are here today for Clouds and Stouts, and you know what? Clouds and Stouts, we're working on some intro stuff, but let's toss up what we got so far. Here we go. Man,
Jimmy, maybe I'll pick the ugliest one of the bunch to do the intro.
Yeah,
we do the one that does all the editing and videos.
Oh yeah, that's
this guy. That's this guy. So today on Clouds and Stouts, we are going to be talking about superheroes and super villains. But I think we got to keep with the format. First thing we got to do, we got to prep our drinks. So, Jimmy, what are you drinking tonight?
I'm starting off tonight.
Cap, what are you drinking tonight, Cap?
Cap, well, I can go Nomad now, but Cap is starting off with my all-time favorite, BCS 2020.
Oh, man, going OG.
So let's see I'm not even messing around with it. Oh, God, so good. Oh, easy now. Easy. Back off.
You got way too excited for that, man.
Yeah, I did. It's okay. I promise you not,
Teresa.
Just America. Not a drop will go to waste, y'all. I promise you.
That's right.
Oh, we can guarantee that.
That's beautiful.
So, we got Jimmy, a.k.a. Cap, is doing the BCS now. Saucy is a superhero all on his own. He doesn't need an extra persona. He's just known as Saucy. More people call him Saucy than they call him Shane.
We like to call him Saucy Ass Shane.
I've been known to be called that too a few times.
So Saucy Ass Shane, what are you drinking tonight?
I've got the Mean Old Tom from the Maine Beer Company. Stout aged on natural vanilla beans. I like that little face right there. After my little windshield.
Let me put you on big screen so they can see that. I apologize.
Oh, you're fine.
Look at that. That's just saying this is going to rock your world. You're going to end up looking like that by the end of the night.
Yep. Joe said this is pretty good. I've heard a lot of good things about it. So far, so good.
It's very viscous.
Mm-hmm. This is 6.5% APV.
Oh, so we can have like 6 or 7 of those, right? We're good.
Yeah, I got a couple of them. Definitely picking up some the vanilla. This ain't it's not a barrel aged, so I don't really know. Micah might know a little bit more about it. It says stout aged on vanilla beans, so I don't know how they go about it, but I don't think it's barrel aged per se.
No, some of those stouts that aren't barrel aged are pretty good, man.
Yeah, they are.
Yes, they are.
It's got a little coffee. I mean, a little cereal finish to it, like a little Lucky Charms without the marshmallows.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How's the mustache feel?
Let me get some on it. Let's see. It's pretty thin. Let's pair it with this. Let's see. Oh, yeah.
I will tell you, my mustache is loaded.
Oh, I bet.
All right. So, Micah Pool.
Yes.
What are you drinking tonight besides the blood of children? I don't know.
Yes. So the blood of my enemies, so especially that bastard that did this to me.
Francis.
Fucking Francis. But before we get into that, I mean, this beer has a story that goes like before I squeeze this fat ass into this. So this is Medusa. It is not a stout. It's a quad. Deadpool doesn't follow the rules. Fuck you and your rules. I'm drinking a quad. All right, so it's there. Medusa was the first beer that I tried whenever I moved to Conroe, and we did a beer, whiskey, and mead tasting from one of my favorite local breweries, Copperhead Road. So that's what I'm drinking. And fuck this mask!
Oh my God, put it back.
What did Francis do to your face? Gross. It's like an avocado had sex with an uglier avocado.
It's like a testicle of teeth.
All right, man. So let's see that pour. Let's see what it looks like.
Yes. It's got a gorgeous amber color to it, slightly darker than your typical Belgian. It fits in with your
gorgeous
stout.
pour, man.
It is a gorgeous pour. I've been doing this for a minute.
Micah's going to have to hook us up. Micah's going to have to help us get hooked up with proper glassware.
Yeah,
I hear you.
so it's a little bit hard to see in this light. Let me see. No, it's too far away. So there's actually a little bit of a red amber finish right down here along this. Whenever the light hits it right, it's gorgeous beer. It actually has a sweet smell to it, especially for being a quad. That's a little bit unusual. It is one of the smoothest beers I've ever had. It completely envelops and coats the mouth in a sweet, almost caramel feel. And it's smooth. And it doesn't have a head that lasts very long. The legs on it don't do anything like that because these quads don't do that. But the beard fill on this is going to be very smooth and very, very filling. So I'll go ahead and get some on the beard for you. Oh yeah. That brings out some great flavors.
The sweetness hangs in right there, man.
It does. I mean, you just get that nice mustache feel right there. So yeah.
So
right.
Micah and I got to meet up at the Comic Book Expo there in Dallas. I think a nice little Wolverine Deadpool combo.
Oh, I'm game, bro. I'm game.
I'll pull out my Ash Regalia, man. We'll do this shit. We'll take it down.
Yeah.
Now I got to put these back in here. Fuck.
So, I am not Batman. I'm not Batman. I am.
You're Bat-Dad.
I'm pretty much Big Daddy right now. I got the mustache, got the stubble. I don't even have like the hockey pads on or anything. And I'm not. I gotta figure out how to do like a Nicolas Cage voice. I don't know her.
He based his voice on Adam West from the original Batman.
Adam West.
I don't know. So tonight, see, I was gonna put the black eyeliner and eyeshadow around, so it looked like I was Batman. But then eventually, I'm gonna take this mask off. I didn't want to be accused of like doing blackface or anything. It's not my channel. It's Shane's.
That's fair.
Might get fired, kicked off. So, but I did get a package in the mail today. It included some delicious treats. I don't know how delicious they're going to be, but it is going to be an experience.
You got a package.
I did. I got a package in from our good friend Cindy.
Ooh.
But in this package, she also sent me something that I have been waiting to try. And it is Founders.
Boom.
Barrel Runner.
Ooh, nice.
Now, Jimmy might not like this because it is his favorite type of beer, though. What's your favorite, Jimmy?
Oh, IPAs for sure.
Oh yeah,
but I will drink the whole damn thing. You watch though.
So this
if he doesn't waste beer, I'll give him about that. I'll give that to him. He does not waste beer.
This is a 2018 release. So it's a Mosaic hopped ale aged in rum barrels. And I love rum. All right.
Do you know what Mosaic is?
Isn't that like wheat or something, barley from like Egypt?
Mosaic is a type of hop, and so whenever they say that it's a hopped ale, IPA in that case, what they mean is either during the brewing process or the fermenting process, they dumped a crap ton of hops in there. The Mosaic hop specifically, which is supposed to give it a semi-sweet, depending on when you put it in, it can give a semi-sweet or a very musty taste. Which is it's very hoppy.
I like musty.
Depending on when I put it in, that's it. It's either
either sweet or it's musty. You know? It's all about when you put it in. Are you putting it in during the boil, or are you putting it in afterwards? You know, it's really a little bit of different.
How does that compare to that Western IPA that I tried to drink, Micah?
The
real piney,
right? Piney. That's a West Coast. They're probably using. I don't know. I would have to see what hops they use, but my guess would be Citra. My guess.
Well, I'm just going to send the other three out. So if y'all want to try it, it's Waldo.
I'll give it a shot. But yeah, go ahead and drink it, Groovy. Let's see how it tastes.
So the question is, all those hops, were they put in when it was dry? Did they just go in dry?
Yes.
Or did they wait until it was #moist?
Yes. It was the boil. So what's funny is the boil is first. If it's dry hopped, it's put in after the boil is done.
Oh my God, you're ruining my joke, man. I didn't care about any of that stuff. I was just talking about putting it in dry or moist. Jesus Christ. All right, so
Deadpool, I ruined everything.
I mean, either way, it just depends on how much force you're going to use.
The story on the barrel runner. So inspiration for our barrel-aged beers can come from the most unexpected places, and our latest release is proof of that. Sweet and hoppy, rich and bright. This rum barrel-aged Imperial IPA brewed with Mosaic hops will make you believe you're in the tropics. So, let's see what it is.
Is that a hazy?
That's what it looks like.
Looks like it.
The way it was coming out, it didn't look clean. So yeah, I'm curious.
I don't know.
Huh.
So let's smell. We'll see what. I can't do it with this thing on. So it definitely has like a kind of like a citrus, like that summer smell. Like if you have like one of those like the summer shanties and stuff like that. But smells good. Smells refreshing. So let's see. So I gotta get a second taste off.
That's an IPA for you. You can't really tell the first one.
Oh, that's not a face of joy.
No, it's not. I'm trying to decide what it reminds me kind of like a shock top, like that type of hit right off the bat.
Means the Mosaic was put in during the boil.
You can definitely taste the aftertaste. You can definitely taste the slight hints of the rum, the sweetness that comes off of that. But for barrel aged, I don't get that back of the throat type burn or anything. It just has that really good flavor. Jimmy, this might be an IPA that saves you, man, because I'm not a huge IPA fan either. But it is.
There was one hazy IPA I dug, but the Waldo's was like hops and then a pine cone right after it.
Yeah, that's a West Coast IPA. You don't want to do a West Coast IPA. Go for New England IPA. That's better.
But the mustache fill, it's not really that sticky, but it is good.
It's good. Yeah.
Oh.
All right, so those are our beers, our stouts.
Who all we got in the chat, Travis?
We got Lone Stars here. What's up, Sir Chad? We got Teresa. We have Eileen. We have Cindy. And we got Joe.
Morris.
Donald Morris is here. I'm going up. Still Inya is still in her.
Oh yeah.
And Loki is here.
Welcome,
Bobby
everybody.
Joe. So that's what I see right now.
Cindy, I will do my best to provide all the cussing that I can. Fuck. Shit, damn.
Fucking shit. So is this just is it comic book all around the board?
Whatever you want, man. Whoever your favorite superhero or supervillain is, we don't care.
Look at that! You did a great job, man. That's good.
Right. Hell yeah!
Oh yeah.
Oh, I like that. You should have made it a tornado.
Yeah, you can pull a tornado out of the glass. Just go right beside the glass, straight up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's good. It's good. That is really good with that blue raspberry. All right. So
see the fans messing with me.
I do need some chimichangas. I do not have any chimichangas, but I do have maximum effort. So
So I can't sit there and wear that mask forever. That thing is a kid's mask, and it hurts my
Mask
face.
off. All right.
yeah, I take mine off to be able to drink. I can't
Secret
drink.
identities are being revealed.
Yes.
Sorry, everybody.
This is Civil War all over again.
Yeah.
Well, let's start right there then. That's perfect. Perfect
I just
intro.
agree that's a perfect intro. Civil War is not a great start.
Which whose team are you on? Iron Man or Team Cap?
Now, are you talking about Civil War from the comics, or how they changed it in the
Either
movies?
one. Either one.
He is quite literally talking Avengers Civil War. He is not talking the Civil War in general, the Marvel Civil War.
Yeah, the comic book Civil War was much more brutal than the movie was.
Agreed.
Yes,
And it
a
also
lot of people
involved
died.
a hell of a lot more people
Yeah.
than just the Avengers.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, we're not spoiling anything at this point.
That's
But
a
the
15-year-old
final
comic.
panels
If we're
of-
spoiling stuff.
Yeah, the final panels of the comic book version of Civil War is some of the most tear-jerking shit you will ever read in a comic book.
It's a good one.
Yeah,
It's a
where
really
Tony
good
Stark's kind of there next to Cap, and ooh, I'm getting choked up talking about it. That got me.
Well,
That got me.
We have it here. We have everybody here, and we said there's going to be spoilers and all that stuff. So go ahead. Tell us about Civil War for the people that don't know about Civil War.
Okay,
let's go through.
So Civil War is a crazy story. It is. I mean, Iron Man and Captain America. You've seen the movie, the Marvel movie. That barely scratches the surface of what went down in the comics. Like in the comics, literally the entire Marvel catalog was I mean, huge battles.
Yes.
And people died. People were getting killed left and right. We find out that the Punisher is in fact crazy. There's a cool scene where the Punisher shows up at Team Cap's base, right? And he helps.
Before we get into that, we got to talk about what the differences are. What are the teams? Why did they go to certain teams?
Why were the teams? Yes.
Well,
it's not like they did in the movie. It's not why they did.
Yeah. It still has to do with the Mutant Registration Act and the super, the registration, and it's Captain America is not with the U.S. government on this, and Tony Stark is. That is very similar to the movies.
Yes.
The difference is the cast is 100 times bigger in the comics, and people are dying left and right in this thing. And it has an ending that they couldn't do it. I understand why Marvel couldn't do it in the movies, but man, you talk about that would have movies. Yeah, that would have broke people down. I was waiting for it in the movie, but it didn't happen. But a lot of that's because the whole Frank Castle Punisher storyline was kind of a side thing, and it turned into a whole nother thing. And then Cap was dead forever, and then he came back. But the ending is the biggest thing, because at the end,
let's talk about the ending. What happened at the end, Jimmy?
At the end, there's this massive battle going on, and I mean the city is getting destroyed. Like they're just
Hulk rips Wolverine, isn't it?
Yeah, they're just they're just tearing shit up, and people are dying, people are getting killed, and Cap is just standing there and he looks around, and he just tells everybody, "Stop, just fucking stop." Like, it's not worth it. That's not what I stand for, is all this destruction. It's not worth it. And he turns himself into the police. And he just ends it. And everybody respects Cap so much, they just fucking stop. Like, that was it. When Cap said stop, it was fucking over. So he turns himself in, and as he's being led up the courthouse steps, Cap gets shot and killed. Dies right there on the courthouse steps. And Tony Stark then goes to, where Cap is dying, and he kneels down next to him. And then Tony feels the same way that Cap did in the middle of the battle. Wasn't worth it. Civil Wars, and that's kind of the gist of all this, is the Civil War bullshit just ain't worth it. Neither side is right, neither side is wrong. But it's a long, convoluted story, like all Marvel stories are, and it tied into hundreds of different comic books. You would probably have to buy 200 or 300 comics to get the entire story of Civil War. But there's some graphic novels you can buy that will get you the main body of it. But it is an awesome ending.
The total paperbacks, I think you can get like the main story and 8 of the TPBs.
Yeah. And I've got another one I will talk about later that I like even more. But
so since we're talking about Civil War,
yeah.
So Jimmy, are you for the registration and holding heroes accountable, or against the registration?
I am Team Cap all the way on that one. And that's the thing about Marvel with their heroes. Even with these fantastical powers, they're still people, and that's what separates Marvel from DC. These are stories about people who have powers, and for the crackdown on the people just because they have powers, I'm all about Team Cap on this one.
How about you, Saucy?
Oh yeah, you got me on this one now. Yeah, oh yeah.
Micah?
Oh, I'm libertarian as it comes. Team Cap. That is one of the most libertarian ideals ever. The whole anti-registration, all that other bullshit. And Deadpool was Team Cap. Just putting that out there.
Oh yeah.
And I am the one person out because I am Team Tony.
Oh yeah, that's surprising.
Because the only reason, because I do believe in some sort of accountability, and there are heroes that have gone rogue, caused thousands of people to die, destroyed. I mean, can you imagine, like, with these superheroes, how much insurance would be in like New York City or like?
Well, that's how it all started. There was this team of mutants, this little punk ass team, and one of them blew itself up and killed a bunch of kids in a school, and that's how the whole thing. So that's what drove Tony to the Pro Registration Act.
I feel that they had one person disappear, and they had one person get seriously injured. You couldn't kill him off. But he got seriously injured.
That's okay. Nobody cares about Rhodey anyway. That guy sucks.
And now don't get me wrong. I thought Civil War was a great movie. I really enjoyed it. The movie, but the comics, like, you can do so much more in a comic book than you could ever do.
It's just like how you can do so much more in a book than you can in a movie. It allows a lot more for imagination.
So I want to talk about the one scene with Frank Castle, the Punisher. If you guys are Punisher fans. He shows up at Team Cap's hideout, right? And he's like, because Frank Castle loves Steve Rogers, like that is his hero, that's his idol, and so he helps him with these missions and stuff, and he does a lot of stuff for him. And then it's so bad in the Civil War, the supervillains start showing up, and these two supervillains show up looking for refuge from Tony Stark, who's trying to hunt them down. And as soon as they walk in the door, Frank Castle just kills them. He just murders them right in front of everybody. Yep. And then Cap's like, "Why'd you do that?" And Cap's just beating the shit out of him. And Frank won't fight back. And he's like, and Steve just punched him. He's like, "Fight back, you coward!" And he's like, I can never hit you, Cap. You're the reason I do everything I do." And I think that's a big thing for Captain America. Like, he realizes that, his words mean something. People are listening. They are. And that they may be misguided, but so you got to be careful. And I think that little flip there was what at the end, he looked around and realized, my God, I'm killing people just like Frank Castle did.
Yeah.
Comics are deep, man. They're deep.
But there is one part in that series that changed everything, and that was Spider-Man. Spider-Man, when he went in front of everybody, because what team was Spider-Man? What team?
He was Iron Man.
He started off Iron Man. Started off Iron Man.
He did, yes.
He unmasked himself in front of everybody on public TV because he believed in people getting held accountable, and you can't hide behind a mask. Now, I understand the aspect of the registration. I do not believe that they should be able to share out secret identities and stuff with other people, but I believe the government should be able to hold people accountable for what they do. That ties a lot into where people talk about politics and comics. Politics has always been in comics.
Yeah,
from the very beginning.
Yeah,
especially Marvel, the X-Men and all that stuff.
Here's my problem, Groovy. Here's my problem with what you're talking about. All right. Number one, government. We know absolute power corrupts absolutely. Okay. All right. So we're dealing with the government who nobody trusts. Even in the comics, nobody, even Tony doesn't trust the government. He doesn't want them to have access to his technology, any of that stuff.
Correct.
With this registration act, he would actually have to give them his technology. Okay.
Yeah. Now I understand that. But what I was saying.
Here's the next part. I completely get what you're talking about with accountability. I get what you're talking about with accountability, but there becomes a certain aspect of when is it actually their fault? Okay. We can all agree if one goes rogue and start killing a whole bunch of people, yeah, their fault. We can agree that if they actually do something, even if it's on accident, to a point, it's their fault.
So what is this a direct allegory for?
If they are fighting somebody, if they are fighting a evildoer who they are trying to hold accountable, should the responsibility be placed on the evildoer or should it be placed on the hero?
So it is straight up an allegory for gun control. That entire series is straight up an allegory for gun control and gun laws.
So, as I said, there's always been politics in comics. Where I have a problem with politics and PC culture coming in the comics and trying to change things. That is one thing I just want to get out of the way before we start. I hate when they don't create new characters and all they do is do a gender swap or a race swap for PC stuff. That is one thing I cannot stand. If you want to do that, create your own characters. Don't steal from the other one. And that's the only thing I'm going to say about it for the whole topic because I know it will come up eventually.
I will say that Miles Morales, I really dug Miles Morales. I really enjoyed.
He's his own character. He is his own character.
He's his own Spider-Man.
He did not take Peter Parker's spot.
No.
He did not.
That's where I have that
in a different universe. Yeah, he's a Spider-Man in a different universe. He's part of the Spideyverse, and I like him. He is Spider-Man in his own way. It's a great character, and it works for that.
Origin story, everything.
Yeah, it works for the Spideyverse. But whenever you change Captain Marvel just because we're in a PC culture,
well, Captain Marvel changed a long time ago. It was actually what is her name? The Rambo girl from WandaVision. You know, she was Captain Marvel before Carol Danvers. You know, she was Captain Marvel for a little bit before she was Proton.
Carol Danvers is a horrible Captain Marvel.
She's not that great. Yeah.
But Captain Marvel was his name. He was a spree from another planet. And he came here to kick ass and died of cancer. They just killed him. That was one of my favorite characters as a little kid in comic books. Because he was so different and so much cooler than everybody else.
He was very different, yes.
And then they just killed him. And they didn't bring him back. Well, they did. They kind of brought him back like 50 years later. But, man, they just killed him.
He did not get a good offset. They were trying to reboot him because his comics were not selling.
They weren't.
So,
which it's because he was a Kree. It's because he was a Kree. He wasn't of this world. And the reason why Visions worked was because he was made by Tony and Bannon. So that's why Vision worked. Though he was like an alien, he was still, here.
We have gotten way too far in the weeds before we even got started with the conversation. So
we have, yes.
Let's talk about.
Telling you, this is gonna be 4 hours, guys. 4 hours. Just buckle up, sit back, get you go pop popcorn, and
we're gonna be here all night.
Don't worry, people.
OG's son may get mad enough. He may make his own video about this.
We will be sending out the link so people can come and join. But just for this first little while, we're going to have discussions up here. And then we'll send out the link so more people can join if they want. So
let's keep kiss it. Keep it simple for the first little bit here.
Yes.
Before we start, there are two major comic
establishments
universes.
Yeah.
So there are some of the best comics that do not fall into those two branches. Yes. But let's talk about those two first, which is going to have the most debate, I think, with most people. And is going to be
probably not on this panel. Though.
Not on this panel, probably not. But we're talking about DC Comics or Detective Comics.
Yeah.
And we are talking about Marvel. One was Stan Lee. And
Stan Lee. Oh, Stan Lee's my idol, man.
Yes.
And the other, like, who even made DC? I don't even know who made DC originally.
Well, a lot of the Jack Kirby's and stuff jumped over to
Jack Kirby. That's right.
Yeah. And Bob Kane did Batman, and then they stole Shazam.
Yeah, they did.
Shazam.
Well, the problem with that was Malcolm Wheeler Nicholson is the one who made it, and he actually his picture online is of him in a military uniform. Was American pulp magazine writer and entrepreneur who pioneered the American comic book, published the first such periodical consisting solely of original material rather than a reprint of newspaper comic strips.
Now, I believe Stan Lee was an Army guy like y'all.
Yes,
Stan Lee was.
Yeah. Stan Lee was Army. I think Malcolm looks like he's in a World War I uniform, and all those pretty much look the same, but he's wearing the mid-waisted belt, so I think he might have been Marine. And he's got the high collar too.
I think we're all going to be Marvel. I don't know about Shane, but I know the rest of us are probably going to be Marvel.
I was looking through all my comics right here. I got my old comics out today.
Oh, did you? Badass.
So DC, we have Batman. You have Superman. You have
Green
Lantern, Wonder Woman, Aquaman,
The Flash,
and then we move over to Marvel. What?
As soon as y'all said Aquaman, Marshall's like, yeah.
You only
like Aquaman
because it's played by Jason Momoa now. You don't like the blonde-haired, blue-eyed, orange freaking shirt with green fin gloves.
Hey, they had him in the movie, but he was called the Ocean Master.
He was fucking stupid.
So then we have the Marvel side of the house where you have your Iron Man, you have Spider-Man, you have Captain America,
X-Men,
you have X-Men, you have all of these. So
Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse, everything.
So who's the most DC character in Marvel? I say Thor.
The most DC character in
Marvel. I think Thor represents DC Comics inside of Marvel Comics.
Yeah, I want to hear your reasoning. If you're talking about comics, I would agree.
Yeah, because Thor in the comics, Thor is very stoic. He is very much does not have a personality.
Super wholesome. Yeah,
he is a god, and the DC comics are about the old gods and the new gods. The new gods are the current, Justice League and the supervillains and stuff. So I've always felt like, for me. And I do dig Thor. I love Thor in the comics. But Thor represents the DC character in Marvel's universe.
He was boring as hell.
Well, always. I've got one I want to talk about later.
He was boring.
Now,
in the comics, he's boring.
So, are we saying you prefer Marvel over DC Comics?
I do prefer Marvel because Marvel is about people with superpowers, and DC is about superpowers.
Yes.
Okay. Saucy. Marvel, DC.
Marvel.
Why?
Same way, Jimmy. Look,
Right.
real people with superpowers.
Marvel, because of the mastery writing. The artwork was very comparable in a lot of ways, comic book wise and movie wise. I feel like Marvel just did way better with it.
Marvel had a plan. Marvel had a plan. Kevin Feige is a freaking mastermind, man.
Yeah. They also, with the story writing, it made the movies easier. I will say that there is one DC comic that I don't even know if it's technically a DC comic, but it involves Batman that I thoroughly enjoyed and felt like it was written by Marvel. And that's the Dark Knight series.
Yeah.
Dark Knight series was
Frank Miller. Frank Miller wrote and illustrated that. Frank Miller's awesome.
It's the most Marvel of the DC comics. Okay.
I've got the first prints of those sitting in my room back there.
But like Oji-san said, Marvel is people with powers versus just superheroes as they are. It dealt more with the people themselves, the inner monologues, the actual day-to-day issues, that whole really big fear of what happens when you're unmasked, dealing with.
You know why Batman was so popular in DC? Like why Batman's one of the most popular? Because he's a street level character.
Yeah.
He's a street level character.
I was about to talk about.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You had your piece. So I was saying.
So yes, go ahead. Because I know I've been to your house. I've seen your collection. I'm leaving Batman for you because that is your guy. But yeah, I am. I also think that DC also had one of the better villains. Okay,
we haven't got to villains yet. Calm down.
I know, but I'm just saying one of the better villains. We're talking about DC versus Marvel. Okay,
Marvel got.
DC had
I think DC's
really
got some good villains.
Yeah. DC had a really, really good villain, and Marvel had a lot of villains, but there's like 3 standout ones, but those 3 don't compare to that one DC villain. And it's
one argue that point later, and I will.
One universe. That's fine. But it doesn't compare to Joker for me. Joker in all of his forms is. I'm sorry, he's not as good as Joker. He's not.
All right,
I've got one that's as good as Joker.
I am a Marvel fan. I do love Batman. I love Batman. But there's a certain reason why I love Batman, because we talked about the different tiers of heroes, right? Mm-hmm. So you have the godlike heroes, so you have like Superman, the cosmic level, and then you have just the like the Earth superheroes that had like freak accidents and stuff that made them into superheroes.
Flash.
You had your superheroes that I believe made it more relatable, and those are the street level heroes or anti-heroes. So you have things like Daredevil. You had he did have a freak accident, but all of his skills, he didn't like.
He's pretty relatable.
Powers. He's
relatable in a way. He's relatable to a small audience.
He almost lost as much as he gained. When losing his eyesight, he gained the vision and the reflexes, but he lost a lot. So,
but I think Marvel has always had better storytelling when it comes to origins of certain things, because a lot of the times in DC, they already show up with superpowers, and then after they get popular, then they'll write a backstory. And then they'll just try to pigeonhole it into stories, and I don't like that. With Marvel,
Wonder Woman, for sure.
When they would do a new character, they would have, before they even see the hero in action, they would do an origin story. And it would already be planned out. It seems like DC tries to do it backwards, where they have the hero and then they go back and do the backstory to try to fit it in somewhere.
One counterpoint to that, and this could actually argue to why I don't like Thor as much in the Marvel comic books. Thor just showed up as the god.
Yeah,
There was
yeah.
no
He's just the god of thunder.
backstory.
Because he's cosmic level. He's a cosmic hero.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you why Thor showed up.
They didn't give him a backstory in the comics. In the movies, they actually gave him a good backstory, like a really great backstory. I really enjoyed
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why Thor showed up is because he was free. He was public domain, and Stan Lee was like, cha-ching.
That's
Thor showed up.
Yeah.
Stan Lee is a great businessman.
Of Thor. Yeah. Everybody knew of Thor in one form or another. Yeah. Go ahead, Gervy. Continue with your spiel about DC.
I'm sorry to hear that, Brian. That sucks.
Sorry to hear that,
hopefully this stream will kind of get your mind off it and just kind of take you away and just kind of just try to be here and just try to relax a little bit and get your mind off it just for a little bit. So I hope this helps, but I'm sorry to hear that, brother.
Hopefully we can make you smile at least once a night, Brian.
Yeah.
But I'm saying Marvel, to me, always had better stories. I think their heroes were better, and Batman is the one exception, because I can tell you right now, there is not a single person in the world that knows anything about comics that you say Batman, they do not know about his parents being killed. They don't know about the popcorn, the pearl necklace, all of that stuff. That origin story is set in stone. And I have a feeling if they went total PC with it, like some of these newer comics are going, and they change that story, like they're changing a lot of these origin stories,
Rage,
ultimate backlash that would put DC, because DC, let's just point blank, comics right now are hurting. The actual paper comics, they're hurting because everybody's focused on the movies, and then everything that they're writing now is all trying, and again, this is an adult stream, they are pandering to bullshit people that do not even buy their fucking comics.
Yeah, and they're trying to boost the movies. The MCU is definitely the dominant force. You know, it's
absolutely
way over the comics.
Yeah, I do believe that DC itself is trying to boost it because MCU can get away with just about anything because everybody knows a new Avengers movie is amazing. Everybody knows that a new Deadpool movie is going to be rated R and you're going to laugh your ass off. Everybody knows a new Spider-Man movie is going to be freaking insane, high CGI. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. Everybody knows that a new X-Men movie, though it's been done 20 different times, they also know that there's 3,000 universes with X-Men that you can go into.
There's been several MCU movies that have came out that I've been like, ooh, I don't know if they're going to pull that off. They have not disappointed me one time. I have just quit questioning in the MCU. I've always been thoroughly entertained.
Yeah. B-Lady, I do agree with you. Electronic comics are very popular, but who are they popular with? It's from the people that still buy comics. If you do, and again, I'm generalizing, so anybody gets offended, don't.
Bond Dog said it right there. Bond Dog said it right there.
Magazines industry is in trouble? There's something popular and long lasting as Mad Magazine goes out of business. There's trouble in it. That is true, but when they're trying to pander to the blue hair people that are threatening to burn down their business if they don't make every character LGBT or make them a minority, even though they've been in circulation for over 50 years and they have a huge fan base. If you think those people are actually going and buying these comics on Kindle and reading these stories, they don't care about it. It's all social
justice.
I'm not saying social justice. I'm saying it's all projection. They want to make that change, to say they made the change, but they are not buying these comics.
Look, me and Micah are probably more progressive than a lot of folks on this panel. But even us two, we're like, leave it alone, man.
Leave it the fuck alone.
The story's been told. Leave it alone.
You know what? You know what I liked about Marvel? Whenever it came to a PC type approach, Stan Lee was very big on inclusion. He wanted both male and female, black, white, Asian. He wanted everything. He did not care. That's why Stan Lee is really amazing, and why I think a lot of people were late is because one, his writing was about people with powers. It was not about superheroes. It was about people with powers. And if it came to, we don't have a counter for this character or a PC for this character, he would make one. He would introduce it in the story. Lady Deadpool comes from another universe.
Yeah,
she's just as foul mouthed and fucked up as Deadpool.
She is crazier than Deadpool. She is far more insane than Deadpool.
She is probably one of my favorite spin-off characters, if you will.
Yeah,
but she is absolutely hilarious.
So we had Deadpool, Headpool, and Lady Deadpool. That era rocked. I love that early Deadpool era.
I will absolutely say that I absolutely hated X-Force, and I loved how they did it in the movie. I hated X-Force, but I loved how they did it in the movie.
Don't worry, I got you, Sugar Bear.
Yes. I hated the X-Force comics, but I loved how they did it in the movie. It was funny as fuck, and I did like the callback to his gray suit. So
the turning point in the comic book history and what makes Marvel different than DC, the standout character of all characters that have ever came along and why he's so iconic is Spider-Man. Spider-Man as Peter Parker was the first flawed fuck up of a character in comic book.
Yes.
Yeah, like he came along and he messed things up. He did things wrong. He screwed up. He got people killed. He did all this stuff. As for a DC character, that would have never happened. It was, and so Spider-Man and why Stan Lee and Steve Ditko were such geniuses is Spider-Man was a flawed teenage character that the people who actually bought these comic books could relate
with. Yes. Yeah. And that's what made Spider-Man such a big hit was that he was teenage. He was the first teenage superhero.
And he wasn't a sidekick.
He wasn't a sidekick. Exactly. He was the main person. He was in high school when all this shit happened to him, getting bit by the radioactive spider, all that other crap. What I will say this, I wanted to say this in regards to DC, and specifically to Batman, that people have tried to fuck with, I wouldn't say fuck with, I would say tweak Batman's origin story.
Yeah,
they tweak it in little ways, very little ways. Like one of the Riddlers actually was the one who killed Batman's parents in one of them.
Or Jack Napier.
It's like in the new Joker movie. I didn't like that.
But who kills them doesn't matter. It's
always the pearl necklace, exactly. But the person who kills them changes. But the thing that is always the same is the theater, the show that was playing. The pearl necklace, the popcorn. That is in every single origin story, and it all happens every single time. It is always the same.
And Alfred.
And then how Alfred raised him. What I did like, I will say this another thing about DC. I don't know if it's on Netflix or Amazon, but there's actually a series called Alfred. Have y'all watched that?
No, I haven't. I didn't know about that.
My God. There's a series called Alfred that actually follows the butler, Alfred.
Oh, man. Really? Gotta check that out.
Before he joins Wayne Manor, before he becomes a butler for Wayne.
Oh, man. I've got to watch that.
And he actually meets, in the first episode, because they don't say it that's what it is in the previews or any of that shit. It's just Alfred. But he meets Wayne. He meets Wayne Sr. In it. And it's absolutely amazing because Alfred, in his own right, with this story that they're giving to Alfred, is a badass. Like he's
talked about the Dark Knight series earlier, Micah. The big choke up moment for me in the Dark Knight series, it wasn't when Batman, fought Superman, which they fucked that all up in the DCU. But it's when Alfred died. When Alfred died in that series, that killed me. I was like, fucking Alfred can't die, man. Like, there's no Batman without Alfred.
The story that they gave Alfred in the Dark Knight series was absolutely amazing. Absolutely.
Okay. So, origin stories, as long as they don't change, we're good.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't change shit that has worked for years. That's my one rule. Don't change shit that's worked for years unless there's a reason for the change, as in a shift in a multiverse, or if you're going to do a multiverse, like a different version of it. Do not change the original.
It would be like changing my origin story. I grew up as a little kid in Arkansas. Believe me, there's a lot of things I would like to change about what I did and said when I was a little kid growing up here, but I can't change it. It's still my origin story.
It's what made you who
Zach,
you are.
I'm drinking the Bourbon County Stout 2020.
The change to Deadpool's origin story. If you want proof of how pissed off the community at large can get, look at what they did to Deadpool and Wolverine's origin story. Where they had Deadpool and how many people were pissed.
What I kind of dig what they are doing with Deadpool's origin is they're leaving it kind of open ended, kind of like the Joker. Like
Not really.
We don't even know if that's actually Wade Wilson. We don't even know if that's his real name. We don't know.
That's not true. That's not true. We do. With the movies, they have pretty much set that in stone with it because they do follow him. Now, they do not follow him from whenever he was whenever he was in the military. They don't follow any of that.
Merch, yeah. So we all got Deadpool merch on.
Yes.
Where did Deadpool come from? What was the inspiration to create the character Deadpool?
Oh, the inspiration for him? Oh, wow.
Hold on. Deathstroke.
Yeah. So yes. DC had the Teen Titans, right?
Yeah.
And the Teen Titans, they had Deathstroke the Terminator, who was Slade Wilson, who was hunting down the Teen Titans. And let me tell you, Deathstroke is one of my favorite DC
He is
characters.
a good villain. He's a good villain.
Yeah. Oh, and he's got an origin story.
He's a better anti-hero in DC.
No, he's a murderer. He killed his own son. But so Marvel decided to fuck with DC. They went during the New Mutants. Deadpool was actually introduced as a villain, Wade Wilson, who was hunting down the New Mutants, and he looked just like Deathstroke.
Pretty much, yeah. It was pretty similar, yeah. But Deadpool took on a whole life of his own.
Oh yeah. I love what they the left turn they took with Deadpool. Oh yeah.
And I think that's why I think so many people can enjoy Deadpool. One, because you have such a great actor who I don't know of anybody who could play him better.
I don't know of anybody who loves Deadpool more than Ryan Reynolds.
There's not. He stole a fucking suit and shows up just randomly in it. All right,
yeah, and he just made his own test footage and just fucking leaked it.
He leaked it. He didn't leak it. He says we will never know who leaked it. Everybody believes it was him, but yes.
We're getting so sidetracked already. We start talking about these things that we love so much, and we're getting so sidetracked.
This could be a weekly show.
So I told you, it's going to be 4 hours.
Here's the thing. So we need to go around and we need to talk about who was your favorite hero growing up. Like who before? Jimmy, I can pretty much guarantee you it was before Deadpool, and all that stuff. So, but we need to talk about your favorite hero, whether it's Marvel or DC. This is all holes unbarred. We're just gonna go with what was your favorite and why? Was it something as a child?
Well, let me think.
Oh, shit.
Let me think.
But you know what?
Absolute favorite character.
I haven't heard Saucy talk in a while.
Yeah,
Saucy. So let's talk about you growing up. What hero did you love that you looked up to that you're like, man, I wish I could be him for Halloween and just wear his costume or her costume all day long? Who is it that inspired you and what made you love heroes and comic books?
Well, I actually did dress up as them for Halloween, and not a comic book, but it was a cartoon. It was He-Man, Adam from He-Man.
He counts.
He was one of my favorites.
He is my
favorite. And I had one of the little bouncy riding things, like the little horse with springs. You know, I had one that was Battle Cat growing up.
Shit!
Oh shit!
And you Google that thing after this stream, y'all Google that. Last one sold. Of course, it's probably $13,000.
Oh god!
We sold that sumbitch in a yard sale for $5.
Oh my gosh!
That was probably one of my top.
So what drew you to He-Man?
I don't know. I guess just as a kid and all of the, it was in the 80s.
Tell you what drew me to He-Man was Evil Lynn.
Right.
So I have two answers that have not been brought up. I have one answer that's not been brought up and one that has. As a kid, my favorite superheroes, comic books and all, have not been mentioned at all because it's not DC or Marvel. They ended up getting bought out by, I believe, Marvel. But Mirage Comics.
Oh yeah, yeah, they did good stuff. Yep.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yep.
And they got that direct connection to Daredevil we talked about.
They do. But I think Mirage actually ended up getting bought out by Marvel, not DC. I'm not 100%. But I don't know who owns the rights to Teenage Mutant Turtles because I even think that they ended up getting separated. But Teenage Mutant Turtles, as a kid growing up, was my favorite. I had the bus that shot pizzas.
Oh hell yeah!
And Michelangelo was by far my favorite.
That's it.
Wow, that's amazing.
That's it.
I absolutely loved. I was Michelangelo like 3 years in a row. Then I was Batman. But big time Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan.
Do you remember the original comics though?
I had
black and white.
Original.
Yeah,
I had the original.
Those were gruesome comics, man.
They were extremely gruesome.
They were visceral,
I did not get them till I was a teenager because I grew up on the cartoon. Okay.
If I had control of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I would release a rated R version based on the original comics. Oh my god!
I completely agree. Because I enjoyed them more whenever I became a teenager. Because then I realized like all the in-depth shit that they did with it. But the whole Master Splinter and these teenagers going through all this and being turtles and April, and I was a big fan of God, what's his name? The dude with the hockey stick.
Casey Jones.
Casey Jones. Thank you. Yes. Big fan of Casey.
I said cricket, more like Crockett.
Yeah, exactly. And I had all the videos. That was actually my introduction to Vanilla Ice. Was Go Ninja, Go Ninja, Go. But as an adult,
Secret of the Ooze.
exactly. There you go. As an adult, the one that I identify most with and love the most is Deadpool. Everything.
So let's go around the horn real quick. Who's your favorite turtle?
Michelangelo.
Yep.
Michelangelo, Groovy. How about you?
Raph was my favorite.
Oh yeah, Raphael.
Oh, Raph's a good one.
Yeah, Raphael's a fucking asshole. I love
Raphael.
Raph is just like, hey, and that was actually the first movie I ever, because I saw the original Ninja Turtles in theater. That was the first movie my parents ever took me to where they said a cuss word in. Because Raphael, when he lost his side right at the beginning, he was like, damn.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, Ninja Turtle said damn. And then when Splinter gets taken, he's like, damn.
Yeah.
You know, even going back and watching that movie now, I mean, the effects are bad compared to nowadays, but I love those practical effects suits. Those suits were awesome, man. I love it. Even if I can see through it, I love practical effects so much better than CGI effects.
And to me, like, where did Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles take place? Like New York or some shit?
New York.
Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah. Okay. So, but they were so California.
Yeah. Well, see, the
way that they talked and everything else, the Cowabunga dude, the skateboarding, all that crazy shit, they were so California in such a dark place.
They were 90s, man. They were 90s. Wasn't even California. They were 90s.
So remember, Daredevil fought the hand. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fought the foot.
Yes, they did. They did fight the foot.
You said you had the videos. Does that include the cartoon videos?
Yes, I had all of them, bro.
What was your favorite cartoon episode? Because I can tell you right now, my favorite one was Attack of the Pizza Monsters with the meatballs that had the little alien things in them.
Yeah,
that was my favorite one.
Oh, that was a great one. I think my favorite one though was the one where Splinter danced. And so did the main bad guy. Can't remember his fucking name.
Krang,
Bebop, Rocksteady.
No.
Baxter Stockman.
No. There was
The
like
Rat King.
there was like a dance battle in one of them between Splinter and and one of the bad guys, and it was one of the funniest shits I had ever seen in my life. It was.
So here's where I break with you guys. I hated the whole '90s cartoon version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I hated the whole thing.
I loved it. I loved
because it would be like right now if they took Deadpool and put him on Disney Plus and Disney
I can understand
Kids, yeah. Because I mean, when I read the comics, they were gruesome. Like, I would not let my mom know about those comics.
Now, Deadpool was in Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon, and he was actually really funny.
I do remember that.
He was still good in that.
Yes, he was funny. He just wasn't
unaliving people.
Mouth.
Remember?
Yes,
because they couldn't say killing. He was unaliving.
Yes.
All right, so Jimmy, favorite hero?
Oh, by far. Short, ugly, fucking just fucking disagreeable. I mean, Wolverine. Me. So when I was a
jackass,
when I was a kid, the new X-Men came out, and that's the X-Men with Wolverine and Storm and Colossus, and they clashed with the old X-Men, the original X-Men, and for me. Wolverine is my favorite comic book character, the most relatable to me because I'm a short, ugly guy with a lot of body hair, and
you don't say bub.
Yeah, bub. But the only drawback to Wolverine is he's Canadian, like Deadpool. But I do love Wolverine.
Wade Wilson wasn't Canadian, just the actor that played him.
Now I have absolutely loved every MCU movie I've ever watched, but my favorite Marvel movie of all time is Logan. What they did with Logan, the last Wolverine movie,
I was so pissed.
See, I'm gonna tell you though, I relate to it because like at the end when Logan's trying to run through the woods and he's all out of breath and shit, I relate to that shit nowadays. I'm like, oh shit, what would I do? Like,
that's why
20-year-old self come out.
That's why they made Logan, and they totally stole Deadpool's rated R. I'm just saying they did just to make Logan. They stole.
I'm thinking that there is going to be a day when Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds are going to be on screen together as Logan and Deadpool.
It's already in the works.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Ryan Reynolds won't let it go till it happens. All right?
I love Ryan Reynolds to death. Ryan Reynolds is the cause of all of my cinematic joy.
He's hilarious.
But I am always going to be a team Logan. Like Wolverine, he just needs to put the goddamn mask on for one fucking time. Just put the damn mask on. That drives me so fucking crazy.
I don't know how they're going to do that to where it looks good on.
I don't give a shit if it look. I don't care if it looks stupid. Just put the fucking mask on. I don't care if it looks,
so I agree with you. I understand. I would like to see it just for the novelty. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like they could do it very similarly to how Ryan Reynolds handled Deadpool, addressing his Green Lantern character.
Where he just like put it on and be like, no.
He's like, this is fucking stupid. It just takes it off. Yeah. Like that would be all that they would need to do. It would give all of us kids who grew up in the 90s where he had that dumbass mask, like all the joy that we would ever need. And but it would also acknowledge how stupid that fucking mask was.
The
never gave a shit.
The most satisfaction I've ever had watching the comic book movie. The first Avengers movie, when they have that little montage where they're fighting in New York and they're going through everybody's little fight scenes and shit. Like for me, that was my childhood came to life. The next biggest thing ever that they could ever do is have goddamn Logan show up in a fucking costume and pop his claws. I would lose my shit all of it. I'd probably start crying. I'd probably cry if they did that.
Now, do you want him in the X-Force gray and black, or do you want him in
the yellow? I want
the yellow and blue. He wants him in the yellow and blue.
No, I don't even want the yellow and blue. I want the brown and brown. The brown costume is my shit. Chris Claremont Wolverine.
Yeah,
that's my Wolverine right there. Oh yeah.
So what's funny about the X-Men, my very first experience with the X-Men, we went to a talent show in the mall whenever I was like 6.
Mhm.
And it was like, you remember where they used to have shows in the mall and all that other bullshit? And it was actually put on by some comic store there in the mall.
Yeah.
And the prizes were a bunch of comic shit. Okay. Like it was like you weren't getting money or any of that other shit. And so I was in the talent show and I took like third or fourth and I got an X-Men collection VHS set.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Yeah. I'm 6 years old. I don't know who the fucking X-Men are.
No.
Exactly. But I went and watched all those movies because I was like, I won third place. I'm watching all these fucking movies. And my favorite one in it was Rogue, Storm, and Wolverine.
Yeah.
In that order. I loved Rogue. I loved Storm, but Wolverine was a freaking badass.
No, are we talking about cartoon or are we talking about
cartoon?
movie?
It was cartoon. It was
If we're
cartoon.
talking about cartoons, there's only one X-Men in that cartoon that's cooler than Logan, and that's fucking Gambit. Because Gambit is
Gambit was shit.
No. Fuck
Gambit was
Gambit. I hate Gambit.
Everything.
Fuck
Gambit is
Gambit.
and everything. I didn't even like Gambit then. I didn't even like him then. Storm was just badass. I hate for that ability. Like she was the white eyes and the white hair, and that she had the like full face, but her hair was coming out.
Oh shit!
Oh wow, that's not the classic one. That's more like the new one, but that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's
that brown and brown, baby.
Brown and brown.
Yeah.
Wow. I will tell you, Groovy, I hate Gambit. I will never like Gambit.
Never.
If I was directing the movie, Gambit would come in for 2 seconds and he would get his fucking head cut off.
Yes.
Yeah, I hate Gambit so bad. I hate Gambit.
Such a whiny bitch.
Is it my turn?
It is your turn, sir.
All right. So my favorite character growing up, I did like Peter Quill. I was a Guardian of the Galaxy fan before Guardians of the Galaxy were cool. So
I always thought he was lame.
One of my favorites.
I always thought he was lame.
Because I thought his backstory was awesome.
He had a great backstory. But he was lame.
He's supposed to be lame.
Yeah.
The one character, and it is a no-name character. It's a character named Dark Hawk. Not Dark Hawk.
No, it's Dark Hawk.
It's Dark Hawk. It's Dark Hawk.
Dark Hawk had a lot of the same characteristics like Spider-Man growing up. He was a kid that was poor. He was growing up pretty much on the streets, and he found an amulet. And it is an amulet that is from outer space, and he put it on, and it would it put like armor and stuff on him. So it was just amazing. And my very first, yep, there we go, right there. Can you make it bigger? Yeah, there you go. So that's Darkhawk right there. So Darkhawk, again, he is a street level. He was a street level hero. But that was my very first comic, not the issue number 1, but number 3, when he partnered up with Spider-Man, and he battled the Green Goblin.
So you want to hear you want to hear an opinion that you're gonna get pissed off about?
Can I finish first?
He's Black Panther.
No.
He's Black Panther. Look at his fucking costume.
No. So, but this amulet, so the whole thing is he is symbiotic with this alien amulet. So it talks to him in his mind. So my favorite part about Darkhawk is he was growing up as a character. He had to learn how to use these powers, and he had to learn how to work with the other entity, and it would regenerate him. He could fly. He had a grappling hook that could fire out and grab onto stuff, so he could swing around stuff. No big crazy powers.
No.
And just a street level bad guy such as Hobgoblin, which is like a knockoff of Green Goblin, was whooping his ass because he didn't know how to do his stuff. And him and Spider-Man teaming up, that made everything. Oh yeah, here we go.
There you go.
Look at that. He is so badass.
Oh yeah.
So badass.
He's Black Panther.
You know what? I did not shit on
He
your
even has
Turtles.
claws.
I didn't shit on any of your stuff, and you're sitting here fucking up my shit.
Oh,
Saying,
great call. Great call. He's kind of like Venom with this symbiotic relationship. Keep going. I want to hear it. I do.
but when it came to the one of the first wars before the Kree War, the War of Kings, Darkhawk was actually one of the big pivotal points that took out the bad guy at the end. He actually sacrificed himself. So he had a total of like a 27 comic run. That's it. And he occasionally makes appearances in like mass collabs and stuff like that. But he was one of my first introductions into comics. And he was someone that I could really relate to.
Venom too. He fought Venom too.
Yeah.
I didn't know
I'm saying like
Venom.
he had a bunch of like one-offs against people, but he was never a big character. But when it came to the War of Kings and all that stuff, he was a big part of it, and I really enjoyed. And he just kind of fell off. He was not a big selling comic, but he was the thing that got me into comics and heroes when we started out.
Yeah.
So instead of shitting all over my choices, thanks, Micah. So there we go.
No, I think he was pretty cool. He did have some cool stories with Spider-Man, but I do think, okay, I will say this. They took a lot of Darkhawk qualities to make Black Panther. I will say that. Okay.
He had a suit, which was the same. How many different ways can you make a person? They have claws. Darkhawk can fly.
Yeah.
Black Panther cannot. I'm saying Darkhawk was a cool character.
I don't trust any superhero that can fly.
But he can only fly with the suit, and he is horrible at it.
He's got
more,
there you go.
His flying is more grappling. Like
holy
grappling
cow!
and
Look at that.
Have you guys ever read this issue?
Is that like the start of the Weapon X?
Now this is the first origin story where they actually start going back and talking about Weapon X. X-Men number 205. I spent a lot of money on this comic. It goes back to Wolverine. It's a kind of a one-off, and it's one of the reasons I love Wolverine so much. As a kid, I had this comic. Lady Deathstrike is in it, and she is a complete badass. But at the end, Wolverine has cut her down to nothing but an android skeleton, and she is begging him to kill her. And this was before they could have blood in comics. So all the blood was black ink, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And she's begging him to kill her, and he's like, earn it, and sucks his claws in and walks off. It's such a badass ending.
So we made that round. I'm almost done with this beer. I need to get out of this costume. I will go put on another Deadpool outfit. But 5-minute break, or whatever.
Yep.
So, chat. Let's talk about your favorite characters. Oh man, that's OG Beast right there.
Oh yeah. I got some shit, man.
I have a reprint. Is CGC qualified with the? It is a reprint of the X-Men #1 with Iceman, Beast, Jean Grey, Cyclops, and they ruined Iceman because
Iceman was originally a badass character, and he was an
now
asshole.
He's a gay simp. He's gay. They had to change him to where he's gay, and
I like Beast. I like Beast before. I like Beast before the fur. I like the OG Beast before he had the fur.
All right. So growing up, Eileen said Isis. Who is Isis?
That's another god. It's back in the old 70s days of Wonder Woman with what was her name? Linda. What was her name? Linda Carter. Is that her name?
Yeah, Linda Carter did the original.
Okay, so they had a spin-off of that called Isis. Isis is an Egyptian god that's kind of like Wonder Woman. So Isis was like an Egyptian version of that. Just a very unfortunate name for today's world. but that is an Egyptian goddess, and it was a spinoff of Wonder Woman. It was a pretty awesome show. I do remember Isis.
Have y'all ever seen this?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Tell me about that, because I don't know nothing about it.
So that is where they did a mass of crosses between different heroes, and they actually did mass crosses between. They did a collaboration with DC and Marvel. So they had Batman who merged with Superman, so had Superman's powers. They also merged Wolverine with
Batman. That was nice.
That was actually pretty cool. Actually,
those, if anybody doesn't know, those are called amalgam comics.
Yes.
Amalgamation comics. That is an actual line, but that was a collaboration between Marvel and DC. The Superman Captain America is what you're thinking of. And that was pretty awesome.
I also want to point out another reason why Deadpool is the best ever. He is the only one who professes to love hockey. Just saying. He's
the only comic book character who's ever turned and talked to me, Micah. He talked to me.
He's talked to me too.
All right. So we have Loki said Tony Stark and Loki was her favorite character. Eileen said Isis. I guess there's nobody else in chat because those are two.
Let's talk about Loki for a second. Loki was not cool till Tom Hiddleston. Loki was an evil.
Loki was a bitch.
Unrelatable son of a bitch before Tom Hiddleston come along. Tom Hiddleston owned Loki.
I will say this for the movies, they made Thor and Loki and that entire storyline so much more entertaining than the comics.
Yeah, I will say that Thor and Loki were better in the movies.
Both in the movies than they ever were in the comic book. Black Widow.
You lady says Black Widow.
Black Widow.
I could watch Black Widow.
Yeah.
Remember Iron Man 2 when she showed up and she had all them little curls in her hair and stuff?
Yeah.
Tony Stark's like, I want one.
What I love about Black Widow, this is like a random off subject thing.
Natasha Romanoff.
Now a professional pool player is named the Black Widow. And she modeled her outfits and everything that she wore whenever she would play pool and whoop up on these fucking guys playing pool.
So I'm gonna give y'all one of my guilty pleasures. This is one of my guilty pleasure characters.
And I had the privilege of losing to that woman.
Oh man!
And looking at her ass bending over the pool table was one of the greatest achievements in my life.
I still remember her from the damn horse movie when she was a little kid, though. So it's weird for me.
She is
Jeanette Lee.
Yep.
So my guilty pleasure, old school comic book character that I love, much like Travis loves Black Hawk, was Hawkeye. the purple suit Hawkeye. The purple suited Hawkeye.
You're just as bad.
Yeah. No, the purple suited Hawkeye. In the comics, I loved him, man. I was running around in the yard. Oh man.
Wasn't Robin Hood in one of these as well? Oh yeah, look at her.
There is a crossover, Micah, where Hawkeye and Green Arrow fight and square off. That's awesome. They're like shooting each other's arrows out of the air and shit.
So here's the thing. I like. We could talk about specific characters that could rival each other in DC, like Hawkeye versus Green Arrow. Green Arrow should whoop fucking Hawkeye's ass.
Hawkeye's
Green Arrow was
so better.
Green Arrow has the Mirakuru, which has an increased healing effect. So Hawkeye.
You guys don't remember though. Hawkeye is straight up a fucking ninja. He is Ronin. He
doesn't matter. He's still
he is an expert marksman with everything.
But Green Arrow also trained under Ra's al Ghul, so it's not like he is not.
Hawkeye went toe to toe with Bullseye. They were shooting each other's fucking bullets out of the air. Hawkeye is a bad.
That's cool and everything, but Green Arrow would.
He's
Green
on the
Arrow also
level
has.
of Batman.
Hawkeye would bend Green Arrow over the side of a building,
No, he
spank
wouldn't.
him a few times,
No,
then
he wouldn't.
tweak
No.
him right through the head as he fell down.
No.
All right, so
Ra's al Ghul is one of the most badass motherfuckers in the world of any of the comic book worlds, and Green Arrow, Ra's al Ghul trained Green Arrow.
Yeah, well, I mean, Ra's al
Right.
Ghul would be shaking if Hawkeye was hunting him down.
No,
so now we talked about heroes. We're
Yeah.
not to villains yet. Now we need to talk about anti-heroes.
Okay.
So anti-heroes are your middle of the road. They can be bad, they can be good.
Yep.
It depends on what the situation is.
Let's let
So,
Saucy go
starting with
first. We can't
Saucy.
shut up.
Saucy's like, I wish y'all would shut up so I could talk.
No,
Who
no,
is
y'all
your
are good.
favorite
Y'all know a whole lot more about this than I
anti-hero?
do.
Your
But,
middle
as
of the
far
road
as-
anti-hero.
Anti-hero, I got to go with Spawn. Not really
I didn't consider him. That's a great one.
yeah. Not really. I don't really know a whole lot about him, but you know, he was an anti-hero.
Spawn has his own agenda, which most anti-heroes do. It's not as necessarily a negative aspect or a battle, but it is also not necessarily for the good of others. He is out for himself, but he also has a code. So that's where he is the anti-hero. And I did not even
I do
consider
have-
Spawn.
The
I
very
didn't-
first.
Wow.
That's the very first issue, Spawn.
Spawn was fucking crazy. And you want to talk about dark comics. Spawn
Image
was
comics.
fucking
Image comics.
dark.
Todd
Yeah.
McFarlane. Fucking Todd fucking McFarlane.
Yeah,
Man.
that-
Yeah.
That's a great one. That's
I
a
love Todd McFarlane. He changed comic books as much as when they introduced Spider-Man. He took over Spider-Man. He changed comic books.
I would agree with that. I have two. Saucy, do you have another
You
one?
get one.
No,
You
no.
get one.
I only get one?
You get one, and then we'll discuss.
Fine. Well, if I'm going to go with one, I'm going to go with my favorite of all time. It's Deadpool. I actually did this.
Yep.
This is
Oh,
biography.
that's awesome, man.
Yeah, this is mine. I did this. I'm sharing the screen of the other one. So if you're going to pull up if you're going to mention the other one, which I think you are, Travis, I shared the screen of another piece that I did for my second one.
Yeah, I've seen your artwork before, man. You're a low key badass artist there, man.
I love doing biography. I can't do colors, and so I'm totally good with black and whites.
David, we will get there, brother. We will get there.
Oh yeah, I'm good with that. I'm good with that one. Yeah, I'm good with
All
that.
right, so you have Deadpool. All right,
Yeah, I'm going
so
Deadpool.
Jimmy, what you got?
Oh, mine. By all means, it's going to be Frank Castle, the Punisher. He is
Frank
the
Castle, the
best anti-hero ever, man. That dude is
Oh.
insane. His mind is so fucked up from his family getting killed in front of him, from trying to emulate Captain America. And I love the John Bernthal version of Punisher in the Daredevil series. And I hated the Thomas Jane version of it. I hated the Thomas Jane version of it. I like the Dolph Lundgren version better than the Thomas Jane version. But I
Dolph
What about,
Lundgren version. Dolph
Wait,
Lundgren.
what about
fucking funny.
Punisher Warzone? Because that was a lot darker than the Jane.
Oh
version.
yes. Okay, let's do that because I fucking love Punisher Warzone. Who was that guy? He was the guy. He was in like Harry
I don't know.
Potter.
It doesn't matter.
shit.
All I know is he had a broken nose. He just stuck a
Yeah.
pencil in his nose, like snapped it back into
When
place.
in the first 5 seconds he cuts that fucking guy's head off, I'm like, fuck yeah! And Rob Zombie did the damn music for that. Oh man,
Man.
Punisher Warzone is my favorite of all the Punisher movies. I hated the Thomas Jane one. I hated it. I hated. Look, the reason I hated the Dolph Lundgren one was because in the 90s we didn't have shit. We had no like we were scraping for comic book shit. Like we took that shitty
Dolph
ass
Lundgren
Fantastic
one was
Four thing
horrible.
they did.
Oh my God,
Look.
Fantastic Four. Oh God.
So
Hold
Dolph
on.
Lundgren did the Punisher, but he's like, I'm not gonna wear a stupid skull on my chest. So he had like a skull on his fucking knife or something. But I still like waited in line at the video store at midnight and
With
bought the
your
goddamn
dies and
VHS just so I could watch that shit. But Warzone to me is really good and really close. But I think John Bernthal's super flawed, super fucked up character of the Punisher. That is my Punisher. John Bernthal is my Punisher. Though I did love Warzone as a movie.
So before we get to Groovies, I think we need to address chats because we have been kind of neglecting chat. Let's see. Cindy said Elektra. And I seriously want to find more stuff on Katana's comics after watching Suicide Squad.
Monica, I hope it all works out.
I feel like another one is going to be mentioned already. Deadpool is the ultimate anti-hero. Deadpool. Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider's a good one to bring up, but I mean, I'm not.
If Travis doesn't take the one I'm taking, I got one more.
If Travis does not take the one that I shared down in the bottom, it's mine. All right, like if you don't take that one, it's mine.
All I'm gonna say is it can't rain all the time.
Gal Cadet. That's actually Gal Cadet. Which one's Gal Cadet?
She's one that plays Wonder Woman. He was talking about the sexiest women on screen.
Okay, yeah. Gal Gadot. Isn't her name Gal Gadot?
Yeah,
Gal Gadot.
Yeah. Okay.
She's a far cry from Michelle Pfeiffer for me.
Deathlock. I don't know that one.
Deathlock the Terminator. There it is, right there. There it is, right there. Deathlock's a badass.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. I could even put Cable in my list, but I'm not going to. Yeah, I think that covers I think that covers.
Real quick, Monica, I hope everything goes great for you. You know, we all got your back. We're all rooting for you, sis. So you let us know. We love you. All right, Travis, enlighten us.
So we're talking about anti-heroes. Now, there is, Micah, you're not wrong. And I'm going to go with that one, but there's going to be a branch off of this, and there's a specific reason why. Okay. So my favorite anti-hero is Venom.
That's my artwork, for those that are wondering.
That is his artwork. Venom is my favorite anti-hero.
Created by Todd McFarlane. That was his contribution to Marvel Comics right there.
Yes, yeah.
So, Venom, he is his own person. He fights for good when it benefits him. He fights for evil when it benefits him. He is the anti-hero. He is not always the hero. Most of the time, he is depicted as a villain, but I think he's a very misunderstood character. But
I think the newest movie did him justice.
I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. I wish I would have had more Venom and less Tom Hardy. And I do love Tom Hardy. I think he's a great actor. I just wish we would have gotten more into it, which I think the next movie, Carnage,
better. Oh my God, it better. Especially with who they have playing Carnage. Oh,
Woody Harrelson is Carnage. Oh, how can you go wrong?
Now, as much as people are I'm gonna blow somebody's mind. That's where I say Venom branches off, because Carnage is actually my favorite anti-hero. And you're saying, oh, he's a villain. Hold on. They did the inverse where it was Carnage was trying to be the hero.
No.
Listen. Now, I know it was a mind swap. It was the inverse. Yeah. And he was still trying to help people, but he was helping people in the wrong ways. And he was killing people just trying to help them. Like, oh, I was trying to save this person from a burning building, but as I did, I swung by too fast and I accidentally smashed them against the wall and I killed them.
Yeah,
that was what it's about. So
Carnage is not an anti-hero.
Well, it's my pick, and I don't care what you say.
You're wrong. So, he's not an anti-hero. He's a villain.
You can say I'm wrong, but also go fuck yourself, because it's my opinion.
You even mentioned that it was the inverse and that it was a mind swap, so it automatically tells you it was wrong.
But in that case, Doc Ock actually took over Spider-Man's mind. He was a hero for over a year. So would you call him an anti-hero?
Yeah, Doc Ock went. Hey,
Doc Ock went to Spider-Man's mind.
I got to talk about the final scene. Remember when Doc Ock punched Scorpion?
And he's
punched
like, "Holy
his jaw
shit."
clean off? He's like,
Yeah,
holy
he
shit.
didn't understand the power.
Peter Parker's been taking it easy on us his whole time. He punched his jaw
Exactly.
off.
That's what I'm saying. I think if they have the will to do good, they're trying to do good. If they do it, because the not the Maximum Carnage. Maximum Carnage was the Spider-Man Venom versus Carnage series.
Yes.
But it was a Carnage series, and that ran for 8 months where he was a hero. It was in the inverse where everybody's minds kind of switched. So the heroes were the bad guys were the heroes.
And
I
there's
don't care who it is.
No, that's
I
like
don't
a
care.
what if thing, man. Come on.
That's
It is a what if.
That is
But I'm
not
saying-
an anti-hero. That is not an anti-hero.
I don't care what you
Cletus
say.
Cassidy will never be a hero. He is a mass murderer.
That storyline
Does
was
not
my
make him an
favorite.
anti-hero.
Can't.
So that storyline right there was my favorite, where it was a villain becoming a hero and trying to do his stuff and try to do the right thing and actually try to right some of his wrongs. So
Okay.
I believe that's where anti-hero comes through, where he is trying to do the right thing.
Let's
Loki,
talk
don't
about-
worry. We're going to be fighting this entire night. So
No,
yeah,
it is not.
Gonna be awesome. This might be the best stream ever. Let's talk about the most non-Marvel, non-DC anti-hero of all time, the Crow.
Ooh.
I will give you that.
Oh,
Totally
yeah.
give you the Crow.
Oh, the Crow, man. The Crow is
Start to finish is an anti-hero. Deadpool,
Dude.
start to finish is an anti-hero. Venom, start to finish is an anti-hero. Punisher,
Dude.
start to finish is an anti-hero. Fucking Carnage, who gets his mind swapped in one universe, is not an anti-hero. He is a fucking villain.
I will say this. I stayed up and went to a midnight showing like 2 nights in a row to see The Crow when it came out. That was such a different feeling for me. Me and Marcella had just been married.
Amazing
And
movie.
Brandon Lee died, making that movie. And the whole movie just had such an impact, such a feel on me. I can forgive all the little bullshit miniature, shots that they did and all that. That for me is one of my top 3 comic book movies of all times.
Crow's a badass story. Cindy just asked would I consider Catwoman an anti-hero? No, I would not.
is she a villain?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
She stole my heart.
So here's the thing. Okay, so this is how I define an anti-hero. Okay, from their beginning, they are the middle of the road. Don't give a shit if they kill, break the law to do what they feel is right.
I would say they're
Okay.
evil neutral.
Yeah, they are chaotic good at best. All right, they are chaotic good at best. That's an anti-hero. They don't give a shit if they kill people. Batman Dark Knight series could actually be considered an anti-hero.
Yeah, he
Because
was.
He didn't give a fuck. All right.
Yeah.
Catwoman Dark Knight series could be considered an anti-hero. Like that entire Dark Knight series, like the only real evil in that was Ra's al Ghul, Joker, and Bane. All right. Like those are the real evils.
And Bane turned out to be such a joke. I was so let down.
Yeah, I agree. But whenever we're talking about anti-heroes have a certain specific spot. For example, no, Loki is not an anti-hero, not by comics or any of those standards.
Not based off the new series that's coming out.
Mm.
new series is coming out because that's taking place in a different universe. That's the same thing as saying Carnage. No, Loki is a villain. Like Loki's a villain.
Loki has been reborn in the new comics, though, Mike.
Yeah, in the video, I agree. They're changing the image, but if we're going by how they were presented,
No, Monica,
Loki's a
this
villain.
is not your
Loki
stream.
is
You
a
can't
villain.
tell us what to do.
Loki is a villain.
Loki is a major villain of the Marvel universe.
Exactly. He's a major villain. That's like trying to say that Magneto was an anti-hero.
No.
Magneto was a
Magneto
fucking
was a
villain. He was a genius, but he's like he's almost, that's like trying to say that fucking Thanos was an anti-hero because Thanos did nothing wrong. Fuck off, he did. All right.
Did he though?
Are we gonna get into that debate tonight? Did Thanos do nothing wrong?
I mean, we will. That's what I think
argument.
we're going to close it out because that's everybody's mentality. That's
like
the
that one.
freshest thing on their mind. We will discuss
Thanos did
Thanos
nothing
at
wrong,
the
or
end.
did Thanos do something wrong? Yes. I mean, I'm here for it. I think that's a fun argument in a lot of ways. But no, you don't get to claim an anti-hero on a spinoff. All right, you don't get to claim an anti-hero on that.
Well, it depends on what the
Deathstroke
spinoff
could
is.
be,
If the
right,
spinoff
on
runs for more than a year, it's no longer a spinoff. It's canon.
A
It's
spinoff.
storyline.
It's canon in an alternate universe, not in the main following.
Oh, this is not alternate universe.
They switch minds.
This is Earth 314, man.
They switch minds. We're dealing with an alternate track of history that is not canon. It's canon in
Hey,
as far as Marvel,
it's all canon now because they merged all the universes.
that's fucking fair.
Yeah.
Because they're doing
All right,
what they
so
want now. 'Cause they can.
anti-heroes, we got anti-heroes. Now, the debate that everybody really wants to hear.
Yep.
Best villain.
Can I go first because I know people are going to beat me up?
I'm fine. I'm totally. I am down to be the Punisher of this group. If you have a bad villain or a bad anti-hero, I'm beating you up.
Okay, I can't help it. I cannot help it. My original all-time favorite anti-hero is Juggernaut.
He's not an anti-hero.
No, I mean villain.
Oh,
villain.
okay.
We're talking villains. He
Why?
is the stepbrother of Professor Xavier. He is just a big fucking asshole. There is nothing else to the character of Juggernaut other than he's just a big, gigantic, fucking unstoppable asshole. Juggernaut holds a special place in my heart, not just because of the brown and brown costume, but I have loved this character since I was a kid, since I was like 7 years old and started buying comics. Juggernaut will always be my favorite villain. And when he popped out in Deadpool 2, I was just like Ryan Reynolds. I'm like, oh my God. Like I would have let Juggernaut rip me in half. If the real Juggernaut, like just to be known that I was ripped in half by Juggernaut. Like and little do y'all know that Ryan Reynolds actually voiced Juggernaut too?
Yes, yeah, he did. Yes,
Yeah.
But he actually has a very interesting backstory.
He
with,
does.
like,
does.
the
Interesting backstory.
Juggernaut's powers are not mutant. They're not anything else. They are magic based.
Yes.
He found the crystal, the crystal of Sidorak, that gives him his powers, and he actually is completely unstoppable once he gets moving.
Yes.
Juggernaut and the Hulk have fought before.
Yes.
For a second. All the Hulk did was deflect him. He didn't stop him. He just deflected him. And that's it. They've never had the official throwdown, which we're all waiting on.
OG-san. As far as villains, you could have done way worse, but I feel like you could have done way better. So I'm not going to beat you too much on that one.
Oh, no, I get it. I
understand. He's got some iconic lines and shit like that. But as far as the villain, he's very simple. All right.
I'm the Juggernaut.
Bitch, yeah, I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. There's not complex or deep thinking. It's no, I want to do this, so I'm gonna do it.
Remember the other night the big Godzilla King Kong debate? Juggernaut is just a force. Juggernaut is just a force.
He's fucking King Kong. I'm sorry,
Hulk. Juggernaut is Godzilla. Juggernaut is just gonna fucking
would destroy his ass.
Oh shit. I love Juggernaut is unstoppable. I love Juggernaut. There's a whole lot more complex characters than I'm sure y'all are going to get into. A lot with psychological problems. This dude don't have no psychological problems. He's just a fucking asshole, and that's what I love about him.
Oh, do some. Here's the thing about the Hulk. You want to know why the Hulk will beat him?
Why?
I'm still listening. I'll be right back.
Because the Hulk, the madder he gets, the more powerful he gets. Okay.
But Juggernaut's
No,
powers
wait.
are based on magic, not
agree.
reality.
I agree. It's based on magic, and Hulk is susceptible to magic to a point, except for whenever he fucking ripped the time crystal out of somebody's fucking head.
Do
Were you
you
watching
remember
the music?
recent?
But no. Hang on.
Okay. Go ahead.
You want to know how OP Hulk is?
Mm-hmm.
Hulk got launched into space.
Oh, I know. We're fixing
And
to
was
talk about that one.
so mad that he couldn't breathe. He made himself able to breathe in space.
We are going to talk about World War Hulk before this stream is over.
I agree.
I do love the Hulk.
So there's no way in hell that magic, even though it's only it's strength-based magic, it's strength-based magic, and it's not just magic, it's strength-based magic, beats a guy who just gets mad and wins. Yeah. All right? There's no beating that. Hulk is Superman, but dumb. And that's
so in recent comic book history, the Thing fought the Hulk. And the Thing and the Hulk have fought so many times over the year, and it's one of my favorite fights because I love the Thing from Fantastic Four. I love that guy, and I love the Hulk too. But the Hulk was actually going to hurt the Thing's girlfriend, and he actually hit the Hulk so hard he blew all the rock like off of his fist, like blew it all off, and that's the first time ever he has beat the Hulk. If the Thing can beat the Hulk, I know damn well the Juggernaut can beat the Hulk.
No, that's not happening.
But,
I would love to say
that's my big dumb guilty pleasure. There's so many others I could have went with psychological issues and complex storylines and all that. The Juggernaut's just a big dumb villain, and I love him. I fucking love the Juggernaut.
All right, Saucy.
All right.
Favorite villain.
So this is me tiptoeing out of the comic book for just a little bit. I got a couple. Number one, Scar from Lion King. Fuck that cat. Number two,
fucking asshole, man.
Cobra Commander. Always fucking with my Joes. You know what I mean?
That is Marvel. That is Marvel.
I'm just saying.
That is straight up Marvel, Saucy.
G.I. Joe, probably one of my favorite comic books. I mean, not comic book, cartoon, whatever. Action figures from out my whole life. So yeah, Cobra Commander.
Here's my problem with G.I. Joe.
I swore you were.
Here's my problem with G.I. Joe. The most elite. They fire thousands of bullets every episode and never hit a fucking thing. They're the worst shot ever.
Here's my problem with G.I. Joe. They only tell you what half the battle is. They never tell you that the other half is violence.
Let me tell you my favorite thing about G.I. Joe and why I love G.I. Joe, and the only reason I love G.I. Joe is Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes.
Castle Grayskull.
Yeah.
All right, so you have
Cobra Commander.
Cobra Commander.
Oh yeah, hell
You
yeah.
had what was the first one?
Juggernaut, damn it.
No, sorry.
It's Scar.
No, sorry about his first one, Scar.
Scar.
Sorry, it's hard for me to remember. These this BCS and these barrel agents are starting to hit, man.
Oh,
I had to go get some snacky snacks.
You best remember Juggernaut, though, damn it.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
Anything else, Saucy?
Oh yeah, I got a lot of villains, but not necessarily comic book.
We are disregarding that X-Men Last Stand Juggernaut. I love Vinny, but no.
I agree.
No.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, he wasn't as good.
No, I was fucking pissed.
Yeah. Deadpool's Juggernaut was the better one. I'm gonna break you in half now.
Yeah, Deadpool's Juggernaut was the Juggernaut. Let's just get that square.
Yeah.
All right, Micah, you are up. Favorite villain.
So I have two. I'm going to give one for each universe, DC and Marvel. All right.
Okay.
We'll start with the one that's kind of low key in a lot of ways. I am a big fan of Magneto.
Yes.
His complexity in the comics. All right, like in the movies, he wasn't as good as he. I mean, I feel like he did a really good job with them, but they left out so much about Magneto.
Ian McKellen was very good. They had a very good start with the whole concentration camp thing, and then it kind of went downhill. Yeah.
And then it went downhill. Like getting that backstory is pretty amazing. But Magneto is a really underrated villain in a lot of Marvel aspects. Because he really, smart-wise, is on par, if not a little bit better than Xavier.
Do you guys realize that Magneto was based on Malcolm X and Professor X was based on Martin Luther King?
It's a it's a different way of viewing the same situation. Yeah. And so I love Magneto. He is a very underrated villain.
His favorite hero. What else does he do against people like Storm and shit?
I'm sorry.
He will throw a fucking
practically kills Logan.
Yeah.
Almost
because he's made of fucking metal.
Yeah, doesn't mean shit. And as far as Storm, he fucking wraps that bitch in iron and she becomes conductive. Yeah. Right? Like you don't understand this. Like he fucks up almost every single X-Men.
Magneto is almost cosmic level power. Almost. He's a
level 5. He's a level 5, which is the highest level. He is a level 5 mutant.
Professor X is scared of Magneto.
Extremely. Magneto's the one who releases Phoenix.
Yeah.
In the comics, Magneto releases Phoenix, which ends up being one of the most OP fucking villains ever.
Imagine Lex Luthor with powers. That's Magneto.
He's scary as fuck. Yeah. He is a deep psychological smart psychological.
The thing is with Magneto is he has a cause. He's got a purpose. Magneto has a cause.
Absolutely. And he believes it. He believes in it fully. And he recruits entire teams for this shit.
That's what makes him so dangerous.
He's scary.
Yeah, Magneto believes in what he's doing. That's what makes him so dangerous. And
Phoenix is not an anti-hero.
No,
Phoenix is not an anti-hero.
Phoenix is not an anti-hero at all. Phoenix is a straight up fucking villain. And Jean Grey is a hero. Phoenix is a fucking villain. Phoenix is not an anti-hero. Now, DC, this is stereotypical, but it's just because of how much work they've done with the character. Mark Hamill, all that shit.
Here it comes.
It's got to be the Joker. The Joker is by far the most interesting DC villain ever.
I 100% agree, and we were both off a beanie shit list now.
The Joker by far is DC's best villain ever. And I mean that in every single Batman form. The Joker is the best villain.
And he doesn't have one power.
Doesn't have one power.
He has disabilities.
And he has zero backstories. That you can believe. There are several ideas about his backstory, and there's several, like even the recent movie that came out with Joaquin Phoenix, which I thought was fucking amazing, with a great backstory. But at the end, it's him laughing, and it alludes to he just made all that shit up.
I truly believe that there are multiple Jokers, and the Joker is a title, not a person.
And I think that's very far. Also, the Joker fucking kills fucking Robin. Right?
Yeah. Jason Todd beats him to death with a crowbar and then blows the fucking building up on top of him.
Yeah,
and then Bat Metal's born.
And that is the only one that is recognized across every single Batman, is that Joker kills Robin. Across every single Batman,
Micah,
Joker kills Robin.
Micah, I killed Robin. I called in and I voted to kill Jason Todd. So I got a little bit of Joker in me. I straight up killed Jason Todd. I hated Jason Todd, but I loved him when he came back as a Red Hood.
And so I the Red Hood was actually pretty awesome. So the Joker, being that he has, I feel like the Heath Ledger one was a really good Joker that captured the mentality of Joker, that he didn't give a shit. He didn't want anything. He just wanted chaos. That Heath Ledger Joker really encapsulated that. I feel like Jack Nicholson's Joker captured the cartoon Joker.
Yeah, the gangster Joker. The
gangster Joker. I feel like though the best Joker ever was Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill in the comic in the cartoon series, he plays the voice of the Joker, and that iconic laugh you can never get out of your head.
I'll tell you the true evil. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
The true genius or madness of the Joker is the Joker realizes that all of this is just one big stupid game. It doesn't matter. He is all about chaos and creating as much chaos as he possibly can, because none of this.
What's up, Jimmy?
It doesn't matter. Nothing matters except for just experiencing life and just causing things to happen. Chaos. That's the genius of the Joker. He is so smart that he's insane.
That's part of what I loved about Heath Ledger's Joker.
Yeah.
Where he's on the bike. Batman is running at him on the fucking bike, and he's like, hit me. I want you to hit me. He wants it to happen. And Batman and his stupidity doesn't kill him.
No, Batman in his code.
Well, Batman doesn't have a code in a lot of these, but for some reason, the Dark Knight, they gave him a code whenever it came to Joker.
No, in the Dark Knight comics, though, he does finally kill the Joker. I don't know if you remember that. Oh, yeah, that was awesome.
Finally.
And he felt horrible about it. It brought him back to being the Batman.
Yeah.
All right, Travis. God.
No. It's fine. I can say for the DC side, I do agree with the Joker. Do you know how many hours I spent on YouTube watching theories about Joker? And just that movie alone? Yeah. I love watching those because, he was prior military and he got fed up with the system, and now he knows about demolitions and all that stuff and planning, strategic. I have watched hours upon hours, and the sad part is we will never get a fucking answer.
No, I think the Joker is a title. I don't think it's a person.
And I don't think that there ever should be an answer, because that's part of what makes the Joker the best. I love
that's what makes him like a Kubrick character. Don't fucking explain it. Don't break that shit down. I kind of hated what they did with the Killing Joke, even though I love the comic. I hated that they tried to kind of explain that shit. Don't leave it right here.
And at the end, the last panel is well, at least that's the story I like. That's the way I like to think that it happened.
Exactly.
So he just could have been making that shit up the whole time, just like all that stuff. Hello, Marcedel. Hey,
Marcedel.
She should come on stream too.
She should.
Absolutely.
We'll get her up here in a minute. She can tell you all about that game changer.
That was a funny
All right. So here we go. I agree with the DC side. Joker, best villain. But goes with my anti-hero. The best villain in Marvel ever is Carnage.
Carnage is a fucking villain.
You can't have it both ways, Travis.
I absolutely can.
No, you can't.
It was
God damn, at least pick Thanos. Shit.
Nope. It was my fucking topic to pick this week, so I could have my own opinion on what I think. But I can tell you right
did
now,
it for some death pussy. Come on, man.
No. He cannot be both an anti-hero and a villain. Pick one and stick with it. Villain. I'll give you that he's a villain.
Venom is the anti-hero. He's the best villain. All right?
Okay. We're in agreement then.
There.
Now, why Carnage is the best villain ever? Cletus Cassidy. Homicidal maniac.
Yeah.
It's not that he is out there with an agenda trying to get power or anything. He thoroughly enjoys murder.
He's the
He
Joker
loves
of
it.
Marvel. He's the
And that's-
Joker of Marvel.
That's why Woody Harrelson is so fucking perfect.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you right now,
Natural born killers.
Carnage is the best villain because it does not matter. He does not have a moral compass. He enjoys, and some of those Carnage comics, they get dark. I'm talking like infants and children that he just slices in half. He's like, I enjoy hearing them scream. And that's where right there, that should send like a tingle down your neck because that villain, there is no reasoning with that villain.
Nope.
It is just, I enjoy doing it, and you better stop me. But the problem is, he is more powerful than Venom and Spider-Man and all of them combined. Because every time the symbiote procreates or reproduces, they are more stronger than the adults before.
Yeah.
And
he's the youngest.
Venom
There's
is
a
stronger
huge
than Spider-Man.
storyline right now with the whole symbiote thing. Travis,
Oh, yeah.
you really need to get into that.
And
agree.
yeah, the symbiote universe. Yeah, I'm telling you right now, Carnage is the greatest villain ever. Just
He's the
because
most-
you cannot reason with him, he
He
will
is
kill
the most
you
evil
and he'll
villain.
smile doing it because he fucking loves it.
Oji-san, I agree. He is the most evil villain.
Carnage is more evil than the Joker. The Joker is all about chaos. Carnage is about carnage. That perfect name, perfect characterization of the name. Carnage is just about carnage. The Joker is about chaos, and he's a super genius that has realized his place in the universe, and he is just here to live his life. And
whenever we're ranking these, I like to kind of rank them in very D&D terms. Okay, where an anti-hero is like chaotic good. Okay, or true neutral. All right. Joker would be chaotic evil. Carnage is true evil. Okay, like they're a panel next to each other. They share a lot in common as far as like what they're willing to let happen, but what are they willing to let? What are they willing to do? Is Carnage is true evil.
Now, don't get me wrong. The Joker would take a razor
to a kid, absolutely,
to a kid, but he would do it for a purpose. As where Carnage would do it just for chaos. The joy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. That's the difference between chaotic evil and true evil. And Carnage, I will 100% give you, is true evil. Whereas like Magneto is lawful evil. He is doing this for a very specific reason.
Yeah. Magneto's almost Magneto as just a matter of perspective could be a hero or a villain. It's just a matter of perspective and where you're at in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And that even if you want to give Thanos is lawful evil.
He truly is.
He's lawful evil. He really is.
Infinity Gauntlet on. He's ready to go. He's ready to rock.
He's ready to snap.
Bam.
And that's the comic Thanos. That's not the movie.
Oh yeah, this is the good Thanos.
Comic Thanos.
I did really love what Josh Brolin did, but I love the comic Thanos.
That's stupid ass shit.
He did it all for some pussy.
Yeah. Yeah. Jimmy playing with dollies. Those are not dollies. Those are action figures.
I've got a whole room full of them. I don't give a shit.
But Groovy, I will agree with you. He is the most evil of bad guys, 100%. I don't think that you can find a more evil bad guy.
I'm trying to think of a more evil villain than
I can't really come up with one.
No, I mean just for the love of killing people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that part of that is both Carnage's nature and then his host nature. Cletus Cassius. That nature of him is
what was Woody Harrelson's name in Natural Born Killers?
I don't know, but what's funny about Natural Born Killers, I actually learned this from reading Matthew McConaughey's book.
Yep.
Matthew McConaughey got the lead role as a lawyer in, I can't remember what movie it was. but originally they wanted Woody Harrelson to do it.
Mhm.
The problem was that Woody Harrelson played that role of that serial killer in Natural Born Killers, right? And there was this couple that idolized
Mickey.
Yes.
His name was Mickey.
Mickey.
Yes.
There was a couple that idolized that character played by Woody and killed the writer's best friend.
Yeah, Mickey and Mallory. Yep.
That killed the writer's best friend, and so Woody was immediately removed from being considered for the
Lincoln
role.
Warrior. You are right.
He was immediately removed from playing that role because he was not going to have the person who played him, Mickey, as the main character in his new movie. He wasn't going to do it. So Matthew McConaughey, who is really good friends with Woody Harrelson, amazing friends with Woody Harrelson, got the lead in that.
I bet they play bongos together all the fucking
They
time.
do. They both live in Austin. They're like next door neighbors. They are brothers. They have an amazing relationship. I love Woody Harrelson.
Yep. What was Mallory's last name, Cindy? Okay. Travis.
Random movie knowledge that I have.
You want me to bring something up, or you got another topic?
Scarecrow was a bitch.
Yeah.
Jason.
Scarecrow was a street level punk.
Yes. Cindy, it's Green Lights. Yeah, it's a great book. You should totally. What I actually recommend is that you get it on audio because Matthew McConaughey actually reads it, and he does it with his style, which is just so much better than reading it. So Matthew McConaughey is an amazing person.
I want to talk comic books, not movies, not MCU, not DCEU or any of that. I'm going to talk comic books. The most influential, heart-punching comic book series that you've ever read. And for me, it's a DC one, believe it or not, Travis. It is Kingdom Come, illustrated by Alex Ross. Kingdom Come, for me, is the only reason that I love DC characters. I've always loved Shazam, but Kingdom Come is fucking awesome. If DC movie or DCEU would do a movie version of Kingdom Come, they would make $2 billion fucking dollars if they would just listen to me. That is the most epic crescendo to the DC universe that I have ever read. It actually had me choked up at the end of it. Kingdom Come, if you've not looked at it, go look up the graphic novel for Kingdom Come, order it, and read it and enjoy it, and then tell me all about it. Because I'm telling you, that is one of the most epic comic book stories I've ever read. That is the first time ever that DC has had people with superpowers.
I would agree that is a really good series, but it's not mine. For me, it's The Watchmen.
I dig that, and that's also DC.
That is DC. But The Watchmen was also another people with superpowers and government involvement, and just it was so fucking dark.
I will say this: it's a one person with superpowers. The rest of them are just a bunch of badass fucking people. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. He's one guy with superpowers, but he got them in a freak accident. He practically became a god. And he didn't believe himself as human. He took it to a whole
Dr. Manhattan's who we're talking about. Dr. Manhattan is one of the best characters ever.
He is so flawed and so just robotic and everything. It's how Superman should have been, honestly.
If you had to relate to one character in The Watchmen, who would you relate to, Micah?
Rorschach.
Now, for me, it's a Night Owl. I relate to
Night Owl's pretty cool.
Night Owl too. That's who I relate to.
Night Owl's pretty cool, but no, Rorschach is by far my favorite.
And I would love to relate to the comedian, but I really don't because he was a little bit cold hearted,
He was absolutely.
But I relate to the Night Owl 2, not the Night Owl, the Night Owl 2. Yeah.
But The Watchmen was a great, and I actually like what they're doing with the series on HBO. It takes place.
I got to catch up on that too.
It takes place 50 years after the events of Watchmen. He's gone off. Dr. Manhattan's gone off to the moon or Mars, or he went to Mars.
Yeah.
But there's so much more that's going on in that story, and it's actually really fucking good.
In the comics, at the end, Dr. Manhattan actually becomes so powerful he just creates his own universe and goes there.
Yeah. Well, that's where he sends what's his face in the new series, but
I do dig Rorschach. Like Rorschach's a badass character. Rorschach is the Wolverine of the Watchmen. But
he is.
But I relate to the Night Owl too.
Night Owl was a great character. I think that he was a very interesting character. I wish the Watchmen got better. Like the movie that they came out with was shit.
Yeah, Zack Snyder did the best he could, but god dang, I mean, how are you going to bring that to screen, man? I mean,
it's very hard to with only given one movie.
I think Zack Snyder gave it a very, very good shot. But yeah, that fell a little bit short. Yeah,
it fell a lot a bit short for me. It was good because I mean you kind of encompassed it, but you didn't really. You got the highlights, right? You didn't get the nuance.
So and then Ozymandias as the anti-hero bad guy.
Yeah,
he was awesome because you hated his ass at the end of it, and there's nothing you could do about it. He's already won. Like he's already done it. Yeah. So you're so fucking mad at the end of that thing. Yeah. Oh yeah.
It was probably one of the better DC stories in my opinion.
Yeah. It hits you. It makes you feel something, right?
Absolutely.
That's what I want. That's where Kingdom Come and the Watchmen come into play. Yeah.
It hit me hard. It was a great one. What about you, Saucy? What do you got?
So we're talking. Well, I don't really know about series or whatever, but I will talk about. So they come out with a book that you could look up back in the day, your comic books, what they were worth. Y'all remember what that was called?
Wizard Magazine.
That's right.
Okay.
I got one right here. Check that out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. With
From February.
On it.
Hell yeah. February of 1994.
That's funny.
Damn, I've been married and had a kid by then.
Oh. That's awesome.
I love Wizard, man. Price out all my shit.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Like the Beckett of comic books. Wizard Magazine.
Comic book.
It was the Beckett of comic books.
Yeah.
Saucy, what's your favorite comic book? Like what comic book have you cracked open and read and just been like, oh shit. Like,
honestly, the one that I've read, and I've read a bunch, I've got it put up. And it ain't worth no money, but it's worth a lot to me because I've read it a bunch. Is this Ghost Rider?
Oh, I got that one somewhere.
Ghost,
yeah.
Man, I feel like the comics were great. The movie fell so short,
Yeah. Nick
Cage. Comic I've read a bunch, but that's probably my favorite, my go-to.
That's a pretty good one. That's a great one.
Yeah.
Ghost Rider. Yeah, Ghost Rider has a really cool story, and I just feel like they fell short in the movie.
Yeah.
It's a very, very cool anti-hero type story background that's pretty badass.
Oh, Nicolas Cage. Didn't he play Ghost Rider?
Yeah, he played Nicolas Cage played him. And I feel like he was doing justice to the character. The storyline didn't do justice to the character. Like as an actor, he did a really good job playing Ghost Rider. As the writers of the movie, it was bad.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was a letdown, but it wasn't like a total letdown.
Yeah. I got a few over here, not too many. I got a Dark Man. Y'all was talking about
Dark Man. Yeah,
Dark Hawk.
Sam Raimi.
Yeah, Dark Hawk. Got a Dark Man.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you do.
Torture Chamber.
That's pretty sick. I love comic book covers, man.
Sam Raimi, and that is that Bruce Campbell is in that movie. So
no shit. Oh yeah.
Groovy, what about you, brother?
So the comic that actually made the biggest impact on me was the death of Superman, and not necessarily the death of Superman, but the follow-up episode or the follow-up
Comic.
issue where all the heroes were there at the funeral, and you had everybody, whether they were friends with Superman or not, where they all showed up, and that was like the biggest conglomerate of all of those things that I've read about in the comics, and that was everything just put into one. And then it went into the weird spin-off of the different Supermans, like Man of Steel and Superboy and all that, which I really wasn't a big fan of.
Supermans.
Yeah.
But it was that the death of Superman, and they actually let that go for a while, which I was surprised. I do hate when people die in comics and they bring them back. I hate that because it doesn't really show any buildup or no. There's no
reverence.
There's no reverence and there's no repercussions. There's no consequences because in 6 or 7 issues they're going to be back, and they kept Superman dead for a while, which really threw me for a loop.
I will say Marvel is actually worse about that than DC. Like Marvel will kill somebody off and they're back in a year every time.
Yeah, the Marvel is way worse about that, but I feel like DC really didn't have an option whenever it came to Superman, because I mean, what is the Justice League without Superman? All right,
well,
what is all of this without Superman? I mean, we all like despise Superman as a superhero.
Marvel.
I will argue that here in a second, Micah.
I do. I despise Superman as a superhero because I feel like he is just
the second that. Hey, Todd, the second that DC introduces a little bit of humanity into their storylines, it's all of our favorite shit, right? Absolutely. The second these gods feel a little bit of humanity, that's our shit, right?
Yeah.
And so the DC characters, I'm not knocking DC. They've got some awesome characters. They got some awesome storylines. They just don't have enough humanity. But maybe they're genius in that because every time they inject just a little bit of humanity, it's some of our favorite shit ever. Yeah.
I will say in the movie, I like the way Superman died.
I didn't.
In Batman versus Superman, I actually like the way that he died.
Batman versus Superman, my favorite scene of the whole movie is when Wonder Woman shows up and it's like da 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 da.
Oh yeah, they start
God.
Yeah, that was
man, that was like the rest of the movie didn't even matter. They took our Dark Knight shit, Micah. They took all of our Dark Knight shit and fucked it up.
Yes,
they did. Yeah, but they made up for it with once Wonder Woman showed up. I was like a little kid.
I will agree that whenever Wonder Woman showed up, it was awesome, but then they fucking ruined Wonder Woman with 1984.
Oh yeah,
that was a god awful movie.
There's a reason it stayed on HBO Max.
It's shitty. God, it was a horrible movie. Like, if you're wanting an 80s trip and you're wanting to like just jack off to the 80s, yes, great movie.
If you ever wanted to see what would happen if Wonder Woman and Superman hooked up, read Kingdom Come.
Todd, you're welcome up. Yeah, come on.
Let me send out the thing. Bam, there we go.
So the next thing I want to talk about is the non-Marvel DC, the horror comic books. What's the horror comic book that has stuck with you, stuck in your brain the most? For me, mine is a little comic called Dead World that came out before The Walking Dead and everything else. It was a zombie comic book that was not that great of illustration or anything, but my God, was it graphic and disturbing. Like Dead World has stuck with me more than any other horror comic ever. And it came out in the early 90s. But Dead World is the one that has bothered me up here and influenced actually a lot of my artwork. than any other comic book I've ever read.
I was gonna say, Cindy, Tales from the Crypt is not a comic, but you're actually right. It is a
Tales
comic.
from the Crypt is actually a comic.
It is a comic. I had to think about it for a second. I read the books first, and then I saw the comic.
And
So.
I will tell you guys, I'm including heavy metal and epic and eerie and creepy.
Heavy
all the
metal is pretty
magazines.
amazing, man.
Heavy metal changed my life. Heavy metal is who I am.
So,
Heavy metal is me. So
for me, I'm not a big horror comic book fan. But I've read a couple. Like I read the H.P. Lovecraft and the Hounds one. That's a great one. But I think the one that really stuck out to me was Hellblazer. Hellblazer was
Constantine.
Like, that was just chef's kiss.
Now, if the Keanu Reeves movie had just been something else, I would have loved it. I would have loved it if it was just something else. But it's not Hellblazer. It's not John Constantine.
I agree. I can't hate on the Constantine movies because
I love the movie.
The Constantine movie is what got me into Hellblazer. Like I looked up because somebody told me, that's based on a comic, right? I'm like, oh really? And so I had to look up the comic and then read that. I'm like, oh my god, that movie is shit compared to this, but I still love the movie. Like the movie,
I love the movie.
But no, he is not John Constantine from Hellblazer, in my opinion. I feel like I think that there was actually talks about them doing another one to kind of fit that.
Did they not? They did like a little series of it or something, didn't they?
They only did one. They only did the one, but they are talking about doing with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Doing that.
I would let Keanu play any of the heroes that I've mentioned. I've heard rumors of him playing Wolverine. I'd be fine with it. He can play Superman for all I care.
Keanu Reeves played Superman? I don't think so.
No, I think he could. I think he'd be like, whoa, I got all these superpowers.
I have laser eyes.
Whoa.
Something is definitely afoot at the Circle Krypton.
Taste my freezy breath.
Whoa. Like,
I've been back in time before, man.
Totally, Lex Luthor. Whoa.
Whoa.
Shane,
But see, that's the problem. His name is not Johnny.
I didn't. Y'all got me on this one. Sure.
Keanu Reeves.
But I have been writing them down.
Look at his movies and think about how many times his name is John or Johnny.
Yeah.
John Wick. Yeah.
You can't play Clark Kent.
Be careful with Dead World, Shane. Dead World is disturbing. You can't go back once you start reading Dead World.
Oh, it sounds
Dead
like
World is pretty fucked up. Yeah, Dead World's pretty
We
fucked
got
up.
We actually got a comic book shop here in town that's been open for the last 30-something years.
We
have a special guest, but it's not just one.
Do I need to go get a beer? Do I need to get a beer?
You need to get a beer because there is two people here, two for the price of one, and I have never seen them together besides some recorded videos. So,
oh my god,
we have been filming and Andy from 21090.
Cheers!
We look awesome, don't we?
How'd the recording go? How'd the recording go? How are recording tonight?
Yeah. Well, we're vaccinated, first of all. That's why we're this close. So.
That's awesome.
That was only the time. It's just a mess with him. It actually took twice as long as we thought because we probably screwed up more tonight than we have in a long time.
We did all barrel proofs. It was like,
you're feeling good right now.
5 barrel proof whiskeys.
I really dug the Elijah Craig one, guys.
That was good.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, based on what you guys told me, I'm not gonna lie to you. I went to Honeysuckle Road, my normal liquor store, and the girl come up and started whispering to me. I was like, "What the hell is going on?" She's like, "Hey, are you into like acquired bourbons and stuff?" I'm like, "Well, hell yeah, I am." She's like, Well, I'm going to give your name to the owner. If you'll come in Tuesday, he'll take you back to the back room where he gives
That's
us
the
he only
day
sells
to
certain
come in.
people.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So y'all, I need some
Oh.
recommendations. Because hell, I don't know.
There are a lot of marriages ruined by someone saying we're going to invite you into the back room. It's just,
Mark Fidel be
Only
there with
ones
me.
that are already in trouble. Only ones that are already in trouble.
We
That's
did the
true. I
Larceny
agree.
barrel proof tonight. Larceny, if you can find Larceny A121 or the Elijah Craig, go for it. Maker's Mark.
Please send me a list like in Gmail. I'm not going to remember this shit. Just send me a list if you would. I will get what I can get, guys.
we
I will
will
drop some
But
money.
I'll tell you, we also did a barrel proof rye tonight.
Oh,
Dude, so good. We're sipping now. Just absolutely fantastic. Yeah. So we had two. We were gonna go for 3, and then we're like, let's catch the end of
Well,
Stouts and
damn.
Stouts.
it was.
Yeah.
We said, let's
I
catch
told
the end of it.
Travis if he saw me with a whiskey bottle, he'd kick me off the stream. I'm just going to go to DCS. I'll be right back.
We don't have a stout. How many BCS did you drink, Groovy?
Just one
Groovy.
BCS.
Just one. Okay.
How many have I had? I've just had one, but I did start with the barrel runner.
Oh, what is this? Can I see this?
Yeah, hold on. Let me put you on.
I don't know what the barrel runner is. I don't see Founders. Have you seen this?
No, but I want to.
It's a 2018. It's a mosaic hop
18.
ale aged in rum barrels.
Say that again. It's what?
It's a mosaic hopped ale aged in rum barrels.
Well, that's fantastic. Mosaic is my favorite hop to drink and brew with. I love it.
I can tell you right now,
No.
it's good.
Oh, but
I got
2018.
this. I got this from Cindy. Cindy sent it to me with my new 2.0 Cindy's balls.
We still have not got any
Nice.
balls from Cindy. We're Cindy.
But I have another one right here.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Cindy. We've never received balls or rum runners.
Wait, y'all want Cindy's Balls 2.0?
No, we don't want. No, we don't want that.
We don't have one.
We want to have, I want 0.0. I want 0.0. By the way, Micah, your stream last night, Andy is a big fan. He had not experienced 5 p.m. yet.
They're so awesome.
They're awesome.
They're
And,
so
and y'all took off. Y'all took off because then they jumped
We
over
did
to
an after
my stream.
party.
They did
I
another
didn't know that.
set on my
You
stream.
didn't know what?
No,
So I will completely
There you
agree.
go, Jimmy.
I failed in that, all right, because I didn't realize that I had a 2-hour concert. I thought I only had an hour and that they gave me an extra 30 minutes for free.
Yeah, hell, I went to the whole art stream. I didn't know.
And so after we ended, they were like, "You have another 30 minutes." I'm like, "Well, shit, Groovy, you want to toss up an after show?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'll do it." And so they did
We
the
did
last 30
not
minutes
get
for that.
the invite. No invite to that. So
It was very quick. It was very quick.
Now,
Jimmy,
let's talk about
Mackinac
invites. Now, did you send me an email back from my invite I sent today? Because I haven't seen an email back from you.
Yes, sir, it is, Todd.
Can you talk to me?
Yeah,
You sent me.
I sent you an email. I sent you an invite about tonight's just to make sure you were tracking. I didn't get anything back from you, so I sent invites.
You didn't, and I'm still here. That's my way of 2 weeks in a row. By the way, I don't want to
No,
hear that.
that's
Yeah.
Todd that brought you here. That's Todd because I sent him a direct message. He's like,
Hey,
"Oh, we're
hey.
filming, but I'll try to make it."
I did say that.
You and Todd just have your own little thing. I know y'all are
The
tagged.
lighting here is awful. We're literally in Andy's basement, but look at the whiskey. I wish I could show you guys. Show the whiskey.
I
Look,
see. Yeah.
Damn.
I'm gonna give Andy a 1.5 on being here 2 weeks in a row.
Damn, Andy.
1.5, because at least he's here. Okay, like he didn't follow the email, and they are under 21090 Todd's account. But I'm gonna give him the half for still being here and being present.
Wait. First of all, we're at my house.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right.
Look
My
at-
phone's
look
here.
at
I
that
got the email
bourbon.
too.
Yeah.
We just happen to be on Todd's phone. Micah, I showed up for a random stream
You
again
did show
last
up
night.
online. You did. I was
All right.
pretty proud of that. You even tipped, which was pretty amazing.
That was amazing. Right? It's amazing, right?
So if you guys want to give me crap, that's fine. I'm just saying this is 2 weeks in a row. All right, and this is more than I've done in a year. So
Don't let
I
him
agree.
don't
That's
let him
good.
give you
You're
credit,
good.
brother.
Hey,
We love you, brother.
tonight, guys. Hey, Jimmy.
Yep.
I think Groovy's in this too. I found Sex Panther.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Now, here's the thing. I went to my local liquor store and it had the thing, like the tag for cup, Panther Cup, whatever it's called. And it was empty. I was like, "You got it." It was at Whitey's. It was at Whitey's. And before I came over to Andy's, and I said, "Mike, I know they have it, but there's none there." I'm like, "I can't believe it's sold out." So you know how you go in the liquor stores, they have like the cooler sections where you can open the door and go back to the cooler section. I went in there, they had a whole case of it that was unopened of Cup Panther. I took myself out one, and I said, "I'll take that, please."
Oh, you'll love it. It's kind of a lightweight one, but you're gonna love it.
Lightweight.
It's good.
It is. It's only like 8% or something, I think.
It's 11.
Hey, 21090. I love your new name. I love your new name. It's great.
What did it say?
You guys look like the two-headed
We're really close right now. We're too close.
Yeah. No, it's great. It's good to see you all
awesome.
together in the same space on a live stream.
I know this is the first time I've actually seen y'all beside y'all's pre-recorded videos like together.
Yeah.
We used to.
They used to do
this.
this.
Doesn't work. This doesn't work. This doesn't work. This doesn't work.
No, I like it.
You're here.
Yeah,
You're
it's
here.
awesome.
We're two.
For you guys.
2.5 hours
Only for you
in.
guys. Only for you guys.
We're here 2.5 hours in. So let's talk about superheroes.
Yes.
Yes.
What? Now, Andy, did you prepare this time?
Not at all.
I have a full list. Batman, Robin. So we'll just get that out of the way right now.
Wait. We had some pre-recorded questions here. So, are you a DC Comics or a Marvel Comics fan?
Marvel.
Hell yeah.
Andy?
I'd say Marvel too.
Okay. Favorite superhero?
Superman.
Take that trash off.
I'm gonna defend that here in a minute.
Superman.
Andy, what about you?
Probably Samuel L. Jackson as Captain Freeze in The Incredibles. I think that's probably the
yeah. Frozone.
Frozone. You got it wrong.
Where is my super suit?
There it is.
I'm the greatest.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Favorite anti-hero?
I think for me it's the Penguin, but it's got to be Burgess Meredith. I think that's when
that's a villain.
He's a villain.
We're talking like
you said villain, right? That's
Anti-hero. So like Deadpool.
Anti-hero.
He's a hero, but he's an asshole.
Hold on now. Wait.
Venom, Punisher, those sort of.
It's 290. Internet always sucks. Wait, they'll come back. Oh, they're all frozen.
They're frozen.
No, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
You have the time.
You talking about me?
I don't know.
It's 12 o'clock. Who else is on right now?
No, we can see you.
Oh, man.
They'll catch up.
We'll be back in a second.
No, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
No.
We can hear you. I thought we got to do is hear you.
Oh, there they go. They'll come back.
They don't have to Milli Vanilli lip sync.
Oh, that was funny.
Oh, Lord.
I can't believe that he fucking said Superman. But of course, Todd is like Wonder Bread.
Well, look,
he is white bread as shit.
Okay.
He is white bread as shit.
This is my chance. I'm going to defend Superman right here on why I like Superman of all characters.
All right.
Why I like Superman.
I'll listen to that, but I disagree.
Okay. Listen, Superman has everything, right? Like no matter what they write into a story, Superman's still going to overpower it. He is so OP'd, it's stupid. And he is so good that it's stupid, right?
Yeah.
So if you were Superman, if you, Micah, was Superman, how hard would it be for you as a person, as a character, not to just kill people, not to just do what you wanted to do, To still maintain
that is the
to still
problem with
maintain
Superman.
that
That's
code
why
of
he keeps fighting
ethics.
the same villains over and over again. If he would just kill the motherfuckers, there wouldn't be an issue. That's the problem with Batman too.
No, see, well, that's what I'm talking about, and that's the dynamic of DC that I think maybe you guys are missing. They could just kill all these guys.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem with Superman. All right, I know that Todd and Andy are back, but here is the problem with Superman. All right? Everybody loves for the good guy to win. Everybody loves for the good guy to win, especially as a kid. You want to believe in this good versus evil. Superman is a kid's fucking hero. He's a kid's fucking hero. Whenever you grow up, you realize that Sith make more sense. You realize that Magneto had some good points.
Well, I get that too.
That Thanos did nothing wrong. Because we live in the real fucking world, all of those people are believable, and you can see their side. Superman is too fucking good. That's why the Jedi suck. That's why fucking Ultimate Good sucks. Like Ultimate Good.
Okay, listen, but listen to me. Remember when we talked about Civil War? Remember when we talked about Civil War, and I told you that Frank Castle was influenced by Cap. Cap
is not ultimate good.
Well, he's not, but Superman realizes that he has all the power and that people are watching. Yeah, if Superman was just to go off the rails and start killing people, everybody would start doing that. I think Superman has an immense amount of pressure on him as a character, and I do give Superman credit for not breaking his character because he knows that people are listening.
He's not a fucking human. He's an alien. I don't give a shit what he thinks.
No.
Okay. All right. So they're back. They're back.
So, anti-hero versus villain. What's the difference?
Okay, anti-hero is like Deadpool. Okay, we're talking chaotic good versus being evil. Okay, so these are like Venom, like especially in the new movie Venom.
Venom, a good guy that does bad things.
Yeah, Punisher. Punisher is a total anti-hero. Good guy that does bad things. Okay. Squidward, sure, yes, but that's not a comic book. Let's go with a comic book character.
All right, Squidward. Yeah, I'm out at Squidward. I think that's as far as
I'm gonna kill you, SpongeBob.
5 barrel-proof whiskeys. Whatever. The Penguin.
Okay, so anti-hero. It's not really it's not really y'all's wheelhouse. So let's go with favorite villain. Who is your favorite bad guy, whether it be movies, comics, whatever?
The Joker. The Joker.
Good answer.
The Joker movie or comics?
Comics.
You don't read comics.
Okay.
No, but the Joker in the movie. Well, no, the Joker in the movies.
Just the Joker. Just the
Joker. Which movies?
Jack Nicholson, Heath Ledger, or Caesar from the original Batman series?
Come on, Andy. Come on, Andy.
Is that the new guy?
I like Thor. Where's
Thor?
Thor's a hero.
He's a hero.
Thor's a hero.
Who did Thor fight, Andy? Come on.
Okay, then I'm going to go comic books, anti-hero, but
we're in villains now.
Yeah, villains. Negan.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, okay. There you go. That counts.
Now,
points.
I love
Negan, great villain. Now, if you just saw the season finale of The Walking Dead that just happened.
No, stop.
I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm just saying, you get the entire backstory and you realize, fuck. Yeah.
Yes. However,
I like Negan. I like
cover yours, Travis.
No.
You have to talk.
You said cover my ears.
Yeah, that's no.
Well, I can hear you. I cover my ears.
Just be quiet. Tyler, I'm not going to give any spoilers away. Just stop.
Okay.
Oh my God, the name.
What does the name say? I can't even see it. What did you put?
Todd, Andy. I didn't put anything. They changed it. Whatever.
Oh, I can't read it. We're old.
So Travis, if you watch that, you're led to believe that the final scene when he's sitting in front of the fireplace, they gave nothing away except that he's sitting in the fireplace. Who? You didn't even know for shut it. Wait. Just be
Yeah,
quiet.
I'm on pizza 9 now.
This is why we don't do things together. You think one thing, and then at the end, he gives that smirk as he walks by, and you start to wonder, is there something else brewing? Is he still
Negan?
there or not?
Anti-hero. Negan is an anti-hero.
Yes.
See, look, Phil's saying,
So,
what the hell is Andy and Todd
Hey.
doing in the same panel?
That's not the tune we were singing when he was bashing poor dude's head in with his.
Glenn deserved
Yeah.
it.
Glenn did,
What?
No.
Yeah, Glenn
that's
deserved it because he took my woman.
but in the comic,
She's my girl.
in the
Walking
comics was
comic?
yeah, Lucky just based on
I
comics.
had no idea.
In the comics, Glenn dies, but Abraham was a complete. That was a toss-in. So I thought that after they got Abraham out, that's Glenn.
It's Glenn.
You need to stop talking. I'm sorry.
We're drunk.
Oh, good. Good.
Wait till you see the members only video for this shoot. It's great. I recorded it all.
You have Negan as your favorite villain.
I love Negan.
How about you? Oh wait, no, you said Negan, Andy.
No, Todd said the Joker. Todd's all about the Joker.
But I love
Negan does count.
Carnage is the best villain out of everybody.
No, Carnage is a bitch.
Carnage is a bitch.
I don't know who Carnage is.
Carnage is a bitch. Juggernaut would punch Carnage in the atmosphere.
So Carnage, right? I will defend Groovy's pick on Carnage for being the most evil villain. All right, Carnage is the bad guy in the whenever Venom is an anti-hero. Like he's the main bad guy that Venom goes up against. Okay?
Carnage is just evil. He kills people because he enjoys killing people.
Because he enjoys it. Okay. As far as like a bad guy with a plan, he is not a bad guy. As far as just an evil dude, yes.
I don't know who Carnage is.
Okay, so we got to pause for a second because there's people in chat that we have been ignoring.
Yes.
So, Twisted Tips, how is it going, man? We got everything spicy's here. We got Teresa in the house.
Oh, Phil's here. Woo!
Phil's here. Yeah.
He wants to know why Andy and I are so close together.
Bring Phil's ass up here. Get up here, Phil. What the hell?
Look at me and Andy. Yeah, we're loving life. Anytime soon.
Living la vida loca.
Good. Yeah.
Hey,
Andy, what should Andy?
I love it.
Oh man, I love Drunk Todd. It's my favorite.
Oh, Drunk Todd is so awesome.
Hang on. Todd, what's your next? What's the next challenge going to be for you, man? Todd, what's the next challenge? I feel like you should do. I feel like you should do a hot sauce chug, or
Travis, just remember, Drunk Todd is your partner.
What?
They're so fucked up. He's so fucked up.
No, I think he just finally was able to make the name.
Look at this. I dropped it into the.
This is a bad idea. Tell me something. That's my phone. I'm sorry.
No, we absolutely love you guys, man. Y'all are good.
Drunk Todd is my favorite.
Drunk Todd is Travis's partner, and Drunk Andy is my partner on this tag team matchup.
When are we doing that? Is that going to be your guys'
That's going to be mine. When I come up, it's tag team time. It's going to be the Road Warriors versus the Dudley Boys. Y'all are the Dudley Boys. I don't know what to tell you.
The Road Warriors. Oh, my God.
All right, so now we're at the point of the show. We're at 2 hours and 40 minutes in. Now it's the discussion on Thanos. Is what Thanos did, was he a good guy or was he a bad guy? And you agree with what he did.
All right, here we go. So basically, this is the Thanos did nothing wrong argument. This is what has been debated and Reddit threads and memed out of existence with Thanos did nothing wrong. Oji-san, I'll let you lead it off.
Are you okay, pal? Are you okay?
No,
Jesus Christ. Cheese and rice, brother.
Thanos was Thanos did wrong, Micah. Thanos 100% did wrong. He was misguided, but he was misguided by Mistress Death, Lady Death. He just wanted to impress a girl. So I very much relate to Thanos. So I do like Thanos. But what he did was wrong. He was wrong.
Groovy, I know where you stand on this, so I want to hear your argument. Because you're a Thanos did nothing wrong guy, right?
My internet sucks.
I am.
All right, tell me why.
So, this is where I think that he is not necessarily the villain. I believe that Thanos had a goal set in mind. He was trying to save not just Earth, multiple all across the universe because resources are running low. Now, some people think of it like kind of like the final solution, like World War II sort of thing, which I don't believe. But I think he is something that did something horrible with good intentions, and I understand the outlier of what he was trying to do, and then anybody that like paints him as like a villain.
You'd sympathize with Hitler.
Can I say?
Come on, man! This is Saucy Stream. Don't get this shit taken down.
Or Saucy. I need Saucy.
I'm just saying. He did it. He had if we're talking about just logically,
To be a separate Andy and Tony.
Logically, he was right.
Logically, Earth is overpopulated, and that we will end up that we're causing starvation and everything else. I mean, I could see that argument, but his solution is the problem. Okay, that's what makes what he did wrong. All right.
Well, it looks like it's down to Todd and Andy.
Oh shit!
Yeah. They're not. They're drunk. They're just here.
They're just like, hey, let's sip on this stuff. What's up?
Todd and Andy, you watch Endgame and you watch the Avengers, right?
Say that again.
Have you watched the Avengers movies?
Wait a minute.
Where he snaps and kills half of the universe.
Just half the universe. Thanos, big purple dude, the chin line.
Okay, was he justified in doing that or not?
Yes.
Oh, you were evil, Todd.
Well, Todd is evil.
Yeah.
Why not? Why would he not be?
He was a bad guy. He killed half the universe.
I gotta be honest. We don't know who the hell Thanos is. We don't know what the hell you're talking about.
It's the big purple guy that snapped his finger and killed half of the universe. He removed half of the people on Earth and half of the people on every single planet.
He seems like a bad guy.
Todd hasn't seen it, and when you say big purple guy, I'm thinking Barney the dinosaur.
Yeah,
so I'm not sure.
He's thinking about Grimace from McDonald's. He's like, man, a Big Mac would be good right now.
I love you. Yeah, fuck that guy.
I gotta say, we're adding nothing to your show tonight.
Not at all.
No, you guys are right.
You are adding massive amounts of entertainment as hetero life mates. We love you so much. So now here's my argument against Thanos. All right, Groovy, are you ready for this? He took the power and choice away from everyone.
I can't believe that fell right in that. I can't believe it fell right in there. Oh, sorry.
I am a big believer in personal choice and personal responsibility and just goddamn minding your own goddamn business. He took it upon himself not only to destroy half of the world's population, but half of the universe's population.
Yep.
Taking the choice away from everyone.
Jimmy loved it. Jimmy loved it.
That is totalitarian.
Are we pouring whiskey now? What are y'all drinking? Because now I'm gonna have to pull out the rare breed rye.
Oh, well.
Go drink. I'm still working on a beer.
Let's
I gotta go get my glass.
I agree with you. I agree with Micah.
That's what
Micah,
that is.
he made the choice for half of the universe that he should not have made. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh,
So
God.
his logic
Look
is
at the lady. Look at
his
the lady.
logic is sound. His choice is wrong.
Scott. Oh,
It's all,
Scott there.
it's all good if you're on the good side of that thing, but if you're on the
Scott.
bad side,
They're chat. Scott.
oh, is Scott here?
That begs the
Holy
question:
shit!
is Mr. Grouper from Bubble Guppies?
Hey,
That right there,
Robot
Scott.
Scott. I've already told Todd and Andy Robot Scott, but I had this person at the liquor store come up to me and whisper, like I mean literally whisper, and I was kind of freaked out at first. They're like, "Hey, are you into acquired bourbons and whiskeys? Because I'll have the owner get with you on Tuesday, and you can go back to the secret room that he only lets a few people into
Yes.
on Tuesday." And I'm
Are
like,
you the guy that buys all
yeah.
the stuff in plastic bottles?
I'm
There's
like,
some shit that's made in glass, and
my
we're gonna show you
goddamn
the
girl, I'll drink this whole fucking store right now. Just let me in that fucking back room.
So
And
hold on.
I need some recommendations.
Scott, come on, Scott. Secret, yeah. Anything
I
barrel
also
proof.
told them,
Anything
like,
barrel proof. Anything barrel proof. Barrel proof.
I've told them too, like, look, I've got the hookups. I've got the friends that will fuck the owner of this place up in a whiskey conversation.
with his
Yeah.
mighty. Oh, what you? Oh, there was some rare
Bear
breed.
breed. Oh, that's
So, are we talking about Kong and Godzilla again tonight?
Yeah, let's do Kong. Godzilla is Marvel Comics.
First of all,
Godzilla
cheers
is
to Groovy.
canon Marvel
Bear
Comics.
breed. Cheers, Travis.
That's true. I did.
I haven't even got it in yet. Hold on. Jesus Christ.
Hey, Scott, Robot Scott. I'm finishing off.
Calm down, Chachi. I'm coming.
Hold on. I'm finishing off a cuvee of the last 4 barrel proofs from Larceny.
So
Combined.
look,
That-
the guy's name is Eugene. When I meet the owner, it's the liquor store at Honeysuckle Road. I had no idea they had a secret room. But when I meet Eugene, I'm going to do my damnedest to get him on video. And I want him to meet all you guys. Because he will be like, you stupid hillbilly know all these fucking whiskey guys? Like, holy shit.
You won't know what hit him.
He won't.
There's Saucy.
Hey, I'm back.
What's up, Saucy?
Cheers, Saucy.
Hey, the mustache feel of this fudge mackinac, Todd, is awesome.
How good! I can't believe you didn't like it as much as I did. I thought you would love it.
I do like it a lot, but it's maybe number 5 or 6 on my list.
I'll take that. That's fine. I think it's a fantastic beer. I think it's fantastic.
Oh, it's a really good beer. I would not pass one up. I'll say
Hell
tell you
yeah.
that.
Keep your nose in there.
There's a lot of them I wouldn't pass up though. That's why I spend
Scott?
$500 every time I go to the liquor store.
Hey, tell Scott what we did done.
I'm not telling you anything.
Okay, Scott, we did A121 Larceny barrel proof, and then compared it to the last 3 barrel proofs.
Who's the real winner tonight?
Hey,
Scott's beautiful bear app is hooking us up with some sweet bourbon.
Katie got us. And tell me what it got you.
Old Forester
single barrel proof. Old Forester.
Yeah.
Is the Larceny better than the Elijah Craig?
No,
the Elijah Craig's better.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I will.
But Larceny's still very good.
Okay.
If you see it, grab it. It's very
well,
good.
I'm telling you, I'm fixing to drop $200 or $300 on a bottle of whiskey, so y'all gonna have to give me some of that.
Wait. What are you fixing to drop 200 through?
I don't know. Y'all are gonna have to let me know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Well, I will say we're also getting ready to do a possible vertical against 2 Elijah Craig 18-year birds.
Yeah, there you go. 18-year-old. 18-year-old.
Damn.
I might even let Todd sip on some of those.
Just the way I like them. I mean, what?
What?
And just like that, the stream went private.
You gotta go a lot further than that to make this stream private.
So Robot Scott, hopefully still watching. I don't know if he went anywhere, but Katie was so Scott saw that they had this Old Forester single barrel proof is like a unicorn. and Scott found it today and emailed Andy and myself, and his better half went and got me and Andy a bottle. How cool is that? Or got Andy a
That
bottle.
is very cool.
Can I ask a question? I want to ask you guys because I see you guys are all up here doing this. And I'm loving this idea of clouds and stouts. So I got to ask, who is the brainchild of this operation?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Me, Saucy, and Shane, or me, Groovy, and Shane.
Someone had to come up with this idea and call somebody else and say, "I got this idea." So who was the
No, we actually did it on one of your after parties, I think. We were just talking about it between me and Travis and Shane, and we're like, "Hey, clouds and stouts, man. That's what we need to be doing."
I came up with clouds and stouts, by the way.
That's there you go, Travis. You just threw it out there. All right.
The name.
I did. I came up with the name. I have no problem.
That's what I was asking for.
Yeah.
I want to see.
But no, the premise was all about us just vaping and drinking, and then we're like, nobody just wants to watch us drink and vape. So we decided we were going to pull something from y'all, which y'all actually taught us some stuff where we got topics and we discuss, and that's what we do.
And I come up here just to piss them off and argue about everything. That's like my entire job.
Hey, I'm just here because I love fighting with Texas boys, and that's all I've done all night.
You can hold your own, man.
I argue with all three of them. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to piss them all off. And I show up in the best costume. Just saying.
There you go. Well, you have the best raptor costume from Jurassic Park I've ever seen. I will say.
Dude, you missed the beginning of the stream. You need to go back to the stream. I'm in full Deadpool.
I took screen caps and I got it. Don't worry.
We see.
I showed them.
Yeah, I'm in full Deadpool. All right, so
there it is.
She may actually be Captain America. I'm not sure.
I'm telling you.
Scott went back to masks.
He wants to know why he wasn't invited over for the taping of the whiskey.
Oh, we don't allow people with long beards in my backyard.
No.
Oh.
So, Teresa's got you, Shane.
Love me too, Teresa.
Where were the other whiskeys going?
So can I just say
in my mouth? The whiskeys were going in my mouth.
I don't like Superman at all. I think I can't stand him. So I'm just going to throw that out there.
I agree.
So, Jimmy, I know you like Superman, but he irritates me. I feel like he's just.
Yeah,
he's too OP, man. He's too OP.
But he's
do you like Captain America?
I do, not as much as Halle Berry in the Catwoman suit, but I do.
Oh, wait, whoa, hold on.
No, there's only one Catwoman
suit.
There's only one
Catwoman suit,
and that is Michelle Pfeiffer.
I love Halle Berry. I love everything about Halle Berry. Michelle Pfeiffer in the Catwoman suit. Oh no, hands down.
Okay, hang on. Michelle Pfeiffer. What I loved about Michelle Pfeiffer is she actually knows how to use a whip.
No.
And
I don't give a shit what you know.
No. Listen. You need to understand this about Michelle Pfeiffer. The scene where she's in the store and she rips the heads off of all the mannequins and then spins it around. She did that in one take.
Yeah, I don't care. Michelle Pfeiffer in the Catwoman suit.
Awesome.
Oh my god.
And that is awesome. The only reason why Halle Berry would win over Michelle Pfeiffer is because she's Halle freaking Berry.
Oh.
So
Halle Berry was only good in Swordfish. All right, like that's the only movie she was ever good in. She didn't even make good. No, she didn't even make a good Bond chick. All right,
Boomerang, Micah, Boomerang.
She wasn't even that good in Boomerang.
Micah, you're one of those guys that digs deep into catalogs. There is nothing better than Burgess Meredith as the Penguin. If we're going villains, he was. I love Burgess Meredith.
As far as in real life, I agree. Yes. As far as like real life action, yes, I agree. He is an amazing.
I kind of dug Danny DeVito Penguin.
Danny DeVito Penguin was too much like the cartoon.
No, Danny DeVito
Burgess Meredith just had the right laugh, look, style, everything about him. Burgess Meredith he's just old school badass. I love him.
I agree. Yes, Burgess Meredith did an amazing Penguin. I agree. I also think that Jim Carrey did an amazing Riddler. His Riddler was absolutely
does
phenomenal.
the Grinch count as an anti-hero because he did great
No,
as
it's
that?
not comics. He's not comics. No.
Two-Face, show me how to punch a guy. Reach right back, and then you let him have it.
So Two-Face.
And
Two-Face,
Mr. Freeze, by far, was the worst of that entire freaking thing. Arnold Schwarzenegger had the worst lines. It was basically an 80s
Everybody
action film for
freeze.
him. It was an 80s action film for him. It was horrible.
Chill out.
Chill out. No. Don't ever vote against Arnie. Arnie's
All right, so we are coming to the kind of the tie-up end of the stream.
Okay.
Oh, okay, hold on.
Do you guys have a topic for next week?
Oh,
Not
Not
we haven't even finished the topic yet.
Can y'all read that? It says when you realize Mr. Freeze and the Penguin are brothers.
Hey,
Right,
why
so-
does everybody picture me as DeVito? That's bullshit.
Todd's leaving. Good night, everybody.
Right,
Good
John.
night, Todd.
say it, Todd,
Podcast.
brother.
See you, buddy. Don't be loud slamming that gate. My wife's asleep. I hope.
Todd's gonna get in a fist fight on the way home, Andy, and it's gonna be your fault.
All right.
All right, so to finish out the stream, we're going to go around and we're going to talk about your favorite superhero movie, which is going to be hard. It's going to be hard to pick out of all the superhero movies that we have out.
Mhm.
But you have to say what it is and why it is your favorite.
Okay.
Mine's easy.
All right, so let's start with I don't even want to give Andy time to think. Andy, what is your favorite superhero movie and why?
The original Batman that started the whole craze, I think, with Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson.
1989 Batman?
Yep, I think Michael Keaton played good Batman. I thought Jack Nicholson was a fantastic Joker. I absolutely loved it, and I think others failed in comparison to live up to the allure of what that original was. So that's going to be my go-to. I think it was
You are on the nose, Andy. I doubted that so much. I was so pissed off as a high schooler when they announced that Michael Keaton was going to be Batman. I was so fucking mad.
He did a great Batman. What cracked me up about the Michael Keaton Batman, though, was the whole he couldn't move his head.
He cannot.
It was all just fucking straight up shoulder movements. It was funny as fuck.
But it was also the first superhero movie that wasn't corny. It got rid of the whole Superman trilogy and stuff like that. Like all of a sudden it was like it can be a superhero movie and it can be cool at the same time.
It took it seriously.
That's what I liked about it.
And don't forget about Vicky Vale. Good God.
Yeah. Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
Did you ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? Sticks with every kid from that generation who watches that movie.
That's just something I like to ask of all of my victims.
Yeah. So it's just it was for me. It was the superhero movie that made me appreciate superhero movies again. Because I honestly, as a kid, I hated Superman. I watched him. I thought I didn't like him back then. So, and I don't know if he was just I don't know.
It was cheesy.
Yeah, it was. There's a lot of cheesy movies back in the 80s, which is why Batman was so important. It actually said, let's do this and let's do it seriously, and it led to a whole new genre. So there you go on the spot, Travis. There's my pick.
That's good. That's
I like
good.
it. All right, Micah.
Pick. Mine is very easy. It's another movie that changed the superhero movie industry forever. Deadpool. It was entirely created by the fans.
Yep.
The whole reason it was created was because Ryan Reynolds played a shitty Deadpool. He played a shitty Green Lantern. He had always wanted to play Deadpool. They finally gave it to him in X-Men Origin, and then people were pissed off at him for doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And so he filmed on his own dime some test footage, and then it got leaked by unnamed sources but we all know who it was because he practically says it, but he's saying that he won't because he doesn't want to get sued. And it went on to be the most successful rated R film, first rated R superhero film, and the most successful rated R super film other than Passion of the Christ in the United States. Yeah. And domestically, Passion of the Christ. Yeah. And it just takes that whole thing to a whole nother level because of the comedy level, the action level, and just the interaction with the audience. It actually draws you into the movie. It makes you part of the movie with his interactions with you.
So speaking of Temptation of the Christ, Willem Dafoe, would he not have made a great Joker if they'd ever gave him the chance?
William Dafoe probably would have been good, but I don't think William Dafoe would have done it.
Have you seen the deep fake Willem Dafoe as the Joker?
Yeah.
I have.
That is so fucking
awesome.
good. Man.
Yeah.
All right, Saucy. Favorite superhero movie and why?
I'm gonna have to go. You got me on a lot of these, but I'm gonna go with Guardians of the Galaxy because I like raccoons.
Rocket
Hell
Raccoon.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Groot.
It's a funny one.
Groot. Yeah, hell yeah.
It's the only movie to me that proved Batista could actually act. Like that was actually
not acting. He was a horrible actor in there, but he
was so great.
Was great.
No, the
So
Child scene where Chris Pratt is like dancing against Ronan.
What are you doing? It's a dance off.
Dance off.
Ooh, Child. Oh God, dang, that was so good. That was so good.
I agree, Sus. That is one of my favorite superhero movies. One of my favorite. All right, Jimmy.
Okay, mine might be a surprise to everybody. It's not Marvel, it's not DC, it is Kick-Ass. When Kick-Ass came out, it blew me
right?
the fuck away. Like when Kick-Ass came out, man, it was so fucking good. Kick-Ass 2 sucked ass. Don't get me wrong.
I agree.
But Kick-Ass was so fucking good. I love that movie. I watch it a million times. I will watch it every day for the rest of my life. I love Kick-Ass. With Hit Girl and Big Daddy,
motherfucker,
you can be all right. Baby girl, you can be okay. Boosh. And I think Travis would make an awesome Big Daddy.
I was gonna say Travis would make a great Big Daddy. Travis would make a great Big Daddy.
I'm thinking like when we show up at Dallas at Comic Book Expo, Travis is gonna be Big Daddy. I'll let Marcia Dale be Hit Girl. She's already done it once for me, so she can do the Hit Girl for you. I'll be Old Man Logan. Mike is going to be Deadpool.
100%.
We're going to rock that shit, man. We are going to rock that shit. But Kick-Ass for me surprised me the most. As much as Endgame and Logan kind of teared me up, like Kick-Ass, I was so pumped when I came out of that movie. I was like, oh, fuck, that is like, God dang, that is the best movie. Mark Miller is a genius. I love Mark Miller comic books, and that was an awesome movie.
Hell yeah.
So I'm kind of cheating because I have two. One is a guilty pleasure, though. Not the best movie ever, but Lazy Nate hit on the head. Howard the Duck is one of my favorite guilty pleasure movies.
The Duck.
Anytime that is on, I watch it because
you Back to the Future pervert.
What is the chick's name?
Leah Thompson.
Oh my God, she is so sexy in that movie.
I mean, she fucked a duck. Come on, Travis. Shit, you pervert.
I'm telling you, Howard the Duck. That is my guilty pleasure. That's my guilty pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
But my favorite superhero actual movie. That BCS is hitting hard. I'm trying to think now. I had it. I can't even think.
Saucy, let's go to you. Well, Travis gathers it.
You already got Saucy. We got Saucy.
What's
Guardians of the Galaxy?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh shit. Good.
I'm home.
Oh, okay.
But
Oh no.
What a fat club.
I did love the 1989 Batman. I think they did a great job with that. But I actually enjoyed Batman Returns 1992 with Michelle Pfeiffer and Dan DeVito's Penguin. I thought that was the greatest one. And the opening scene when it's like the Christmas, they're lighting the Christmas tree, and then all the clowns and stuff start going around and giant presents and bobbleheads. Oh man, I thought that was one of the greatest opening scenes where Batman and then all the updates to the Batmobile.
Yeah. As much as I love Kick-Ass, I submit to you, when Michelle Pfeiffer licked Michael Keaton's face in Batman Returns. Oh my God.
You know, mistletoe can be poisonous if you eat it. A kiss can be even more.
Oh no! Yeah. Okay.
Oh, look at Shane! Look at Shane! Look at Shane! Shane!
There you go. Port.
Now
Todd.
we have a lot of gamers in the house. Last question of the night: best superhero video game.
Ooh.
You close it out first too.
Can I go first?
Oh, you can go ahead.
Capcom versus Marvel, the fighting game. It was like Street Fighter, but it was all the Capcom characters in Street Fighter and Final Fight and all that versus all the Marvel characters. That is my favorite Marvel video game of all time.
Okay. All right, Saucy.
X-Men, Sega Genesis.
X-Men, the Children of Adam, or the just the X-Men arcade where you play as Psylocke and Cyclops.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Micah.
I have two different generations. Okay, one is the Spider-Man open world game for PlayStation, where you're able to actually go around the city shooting webs and swinging from everything.
So PlayStation 2, 3, or 4?
4.
So the Amazing Spider-Man.
Yes, absolutely. It's a completely open world, and I'm big on open world games. Anybody that's watched any of my stuff, you know I'm big on open world games.
Oh, we lost Todd.
Look, ridiculous game. Absolutely love that game. And as far as PC games, a little bit older, but Batman Arkham.
Oh yeah, that's
Batman, Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Knight,
Arkham City. I loved Arkham City. Another open world-ish game, very limited, but a great game as well. And the combat in that game specifically is what I love the most.
That's all about it.
It's amazing. Yeah. It was really good.
All right, Andy. I know you're not a huge gamer, but I'm pretty sure you played video games back in the day, superhero video games.
Okay, so if I can step outside the box on superhero video games, because it was a comic as well, I'm going Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Which one? Because you had the.
It was the original Sega Genesis release.
Yeah.
Where the graphics at the time were the greatest thing that's ever happened. It's the very first.
Okay.
So is that the Turtles in Time?
No.
The original is just called
TMNT. Yeah, it was original TMNT. TMNT. Yeah. It's
the one where you had to like stand on top of the box and Rocksteady would be doing. You make sure to get Donatello so you could hit the bow staff all the way down the boxes.
You got Donatello, Bebop, Rocksteady,
yeah.
all the cards they were on there.
Yeah.
All right on. I saw somebody put in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle the arcade game. That one's good. How about you, Todd? Did you play any video games? Superhero?
I mean, would you call Super Mario Brothers a superhero?
No.
Well, then I have none.
We're not giving you anything. No.
I'm drinking Sex Panther, and it's all good. It's all
How is
I will say no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
No. Bring Todd up big. Bring Todd up big. I gotta see this Sex Panther.
We gotta see the review. We gotta see the review.
All right. I will say this. I've drank a lot of whiskey tonight, so.
Yeah, you're a little
drunk. You're going to be better then.
Now this says that it's made with vanilla extract and maple syrup.
Yep.
And
That's
Jimmy,
what I
you
thought.
said you thought this was better. This is not better than CBS.
Oh, I thought that's what CBS was supposed to taste
No
like.
way. There's no maple syrup or vanilla extract. First of all, vanilla extract is not good. I don't want
That's why I
extract.
teamed up with Andy.
Yeah. I taste coffee in this. I taste more of a roasted note. I don't taste the sweet maple syrup or vanilla in this. And that could be because that palate is wrecked from barrel proof whiskey. So I will try this again.
I tasted all vanilla when I tasted that thing. All
Vanilla?
definitely.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, you can
Andy,
definitely taste the vanilla.
Hold on, Andy. Do you remember the BCS vanilla from 2018?
I do, but I'm going to tell you right now, my phone is on 1%. I'm about to get kicked out because I'm not plugged in because we've been shooting all night. So
that's true.
When I get kicked out, that's it. That means my phone died.
Andy, that is a
beer?
truly impressive spread behind you, my man.
That is true.
That is
Thank
awesome.
you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, Tuesday, I don't know what the topic is, but it is going to be my birthday bash.
It's his birthday. Andy's birthday. It's
Oh,
Sunday.
So we'll have some
Oh, my dad will be here, so we will be hosting the after party, my friend. Oh
Yes.
yes.
rock on. Well, Travis,
Andy's birthday.
Shane,
Andy's birthday.
and Micah and Jimmy, love you guys. Thank you for having
brother.
me.
Oh,
Again,
we
you
love
guys
you.
are awesome. Todd, take some Advil before you go to bed. You're gonna need
I will.
Yes.
Same with you. Same with you.
Hey,
About
Love you,
4 of
brother.
them.
Rock on, brother.
love y'all. Thanks.
Rock on,
Cheers,
brother.
brother.
I do want to include a series of games that are
I
not
get to say
typically
mine?
considered, that does not typically considered superhero games. The Batman Lego series games are fucking amazing.
Oh.
Those are considered superhero games.
I think they're fucking great.
Hey, the Batman Lego movies are fucking awesome.
They're. I feel like any superhero Lego stuff just makes it funny.
Yeah.
It is in such a comedic fashion that I'm such a fan of.
Who is that guy that does Batman on the Lego
It's
series?
hang on.
It's the guy that
I
does
will
the
find
horse guy. Oh, what is his name? He is so funny, man. He is so perfect as Batman.
What do you mean?
What is his name? His name, William Arnett. Will Arnett.
Yep.
Yeah, Will Arnett. Will Arnett.
He also hosts Lego Masters, which is the TV show based around Lego building, and he does do the Batman voice there, which is awesome.
Oh, hell yeah.
Tonight.
This is what I went through tonight.
Wow.
Oh, I did all these plus a
I will say,
new drink review.
This
I'm
is
picking
good.
the
I'm not, this is good.
This
I'm not
Backwoods
saying it's not good. This is good. This is good.
Bastard's pretty good.
This is. I tell you what, Founders does amazing barrel-aged beers. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. I like the Panther Cub.
It's good. I like it too.
Mhm.
I thought it'd be more vanilla.
You don't get that a whole lot of strong vanilla extract, which
No.
vanilla extract is
Yes.
powerful. When I made
Yes.
hot pepper tincture last year, I
Yep.
put some vanilla extract in there and fucked it up.
I thought it would be huge vanilla flavors. It's not huge vanilla
It's
flavors.
not huge.
It's
You
just
probably
sweet.
wouldn't want a whole lot of huge vanilla extract flavors to it.
I will tell you, I don't know what BCS 2018. It's late now, but the BCS 2018 vanilla BCS. It was a vanilla BCS. Was like heaven. It was
I bet.
amazing, absolutely amazing. Go back and look at our videos. I mean, it was my favorite from that lot from 2018, and it was just amazing. Vanilla BCS.
I thought the way we ended this, or if we're ending this, whatever, with the games, I thought next week would be a good topic for the best games that you remember as your childhood.
Oh, I love that. I love that topic.
I've been thinking about it this whole stream, and then Travis went
Let's
into
go.
this at the
I love
end,
that topic.
And
Come on.
I
It was
don't
an
get
old-
to tell my video game because everybody just cut me off. God.
Yeah, go ahead.
Nobody
ahead,
cares,
brother.
Travis. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Hey, it's
Yeah,
Turtles in Time. Is what you guys are thinking about.
I know Turtles in Time. I played that one a lot as a kid. That was one of my favorite
That
ones on
game
Super Nintendo. You know what, Jimmy?
Right.
Fuck you, man. You played Pong growing up, all right? Shut the fuck up.
Fuck Tom. Tom's a bitch.
His first video game was Tiddlywinks.
So my favorite video game, which was superhero, was on the original Nintendo, and it was almost impossible to beat. Almost impossible. Even with the Game Genie, it was almost impossible. And that is the original Batman on regular Nintendo. And that thing, because you would get all the way through, and you would get to the electricity level where you had to jump off the walls, and the stupid coils of electricity would fuck you up every time. And then by the time you got to Joker in the top of the watchtower, the clock tower, you'd have no lives and you'd be all drained of life. It sucks. So even with the Game Genie, I never beat the game, but I loved that game growing up.
I will say this: as video games have advanced and the graphics have advanced, and everything looks so good and so cinematic now, it's taken away from your imagination. When I was a kid playing an Atari 2600, like it was all in your imagination. And for whatever reason, that was so much better than what we're doing now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I disagree, but okay.
Well, I mean,
Hey, Mike,
It depends on what you're playing.
I get it. You guys haven't lived through those days, but
yeah, the newspaper, the TV took away from the newspaper.
Do you remember? Hey, hold on.
Took away from the TV, but no.
One of my favorite games. Do you remember Newspaper?
yeah, oh yeah,
Paperboy.
Paperboy. That was my favorite game growing up. I love
Paperboy. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Skate or die, bitches. Skate or die.
Next
That
week,
was awesome, Travis. I did love it. I love the old games where you had to use your imagination.
I think that should be a great topic for Clouds and Stouts.
That's what we're doing next week. Video games next week.
There you go.
That's it.
I actually earned a badge.
We did do video games, but we didn't do like what we did do video games. Like
that was
what
week one.
Videos. Yeah, our first one was
Was it?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, never mind.
Man. No, we'll do it again.
We can go back. I have zero issue going back because we left a lot untalked about.
Well, just like tonight, we didn't talk about the Siege. Marvel.
We didn't talk about a lot of stuff. We didn't talk about Civil War all that much. We didn't talk
about
Mike.
But next week, Marcel is stepping in my place because I will not be here because I have duty, 24-hour duty. She told me she was going to come on the stream and she would take my shit.
Oh no!
Jimmy, you're in trouble.
I'm fucked.
So yeah, first one was video games. Second one was westerns. Third one was so next
third
week
was monsters. This is for.
That's right. This is for yeah. Oh, we've been doing this 4 weeks now.
Yeah.
What's going on? We only got 48 weeks to go, boys, and then we're gonna have a 21090 celebration.
There we go.
No.
We're gonna have 5 p.m. online playing.
Hey, guys! Here's a spoiler alert. We're starting another live stream.
Oh shit!
What?
Uh-oh.
What day is that gonna be on?
It won't be on any of your guys' days. Don't worry.
On the weekend, hopefully.
What day?
Weekend. Sunday night.
Weekend.
Sunday nights. Awesome. I don't go live on Sunday. It's totally good for me.
Damn, I'm out then. I can't fucking do that one.
It's gonna be all whiskey and hair bands. That's it. Oh
man, what the fuck?
I like it. I like it.
You're just gonna have to go to work Sunday night tired.
That's right.
Who's gonna have to go to work on Monday hungover?
Me.
I'm just saying we're in the process of doing another live stream.
That'll be awesome.
That'll be awesome.
All right, guys. So we've been going for 3 hours and 18 minutes now.
Wow.
We have covered a lot about comics. We have talked about movies. We've talked about favorite heroes, villains, and there is so much more out there. So I recommend to anybody that didn't get their stuff in, go ahead and add to the comments after the video is done. And also, don't forget to like and share because we are getting hashtag Saucy Shane getting monetized.
Yes,
And we
sir.
are going to continue to do this until we get him to his hours.
Are we
And it is
close?
going
Are
to
we
be
close?
Let's make 3 times 14.
We're like getting close. Tonight I'll probably put it over 2,700
All right, let's keep going.
I
hours.
think we
So,
have.
yeah.
I think we have 14 people watching the majority of the time. So like 3 times 17, however that is.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So the after party for 21090, Saucy, if you want to keep doing it, I will host it. We'll do the after party on
Can I
your
say
stream-
something
on
though?
your channel.
Travis, you're a good dude. You are a
He's
super good
amazing.
dude.
He's amazing. All y'all are amazing.
Super
I
good
couldn't
dude.
do this without
Travis.
y'all. Yeah.
And my wife has approved. So as soon as I get that computer hooked back up, I clear it all off of everything. That Alienware tower is coming to your house,
Dang.
man.
Wow.
Look,
Wow.
I don't hang out with assholes. Y'all are all awesome.
I don't know about
Right.
that. Hang around with
Hey,
me, so-
Jimmy, how cool is it going to be for when we all get together one time?
Oh
right?
my God. You are going to be so fucked up, Todd.
I can't wait to give you a big hug. Hey, Jimmy, I'm going to give you a big hug, brother.
Oh,
Give you a big hug.
I love it.
You're going to take a 911 about 107 down the back roads. Yeah.
Ah.
Hell yeah.
So from everybody in the chat, we had B Lady, Teresa, Loki, Cindy, Robot Scott. There were so many others. I'm sorry.
Phil.
Phil.
Here. Is anybody doing an after party? Is anybody doing an after party?
I'm not.
My dad is going to
Somebody-
be here at 10 a.m. He is in
Uh-oh.
Amarillo at 3 in the morning. So and I have to
we're
take
going
him
to
to
my
school in the
cousin.
morning.
No, I'm not.
So
Going.
I will be not doing an after party.
Oh man. If I do
It
one
looks
I'm
like Jimmy's
drawing.
going to have to. We had Jason. We had
Okay, hold on.
Eileen.
Let me set one up. Hold on.
Loki said she
All
would.
right. Loki said she'd host the after party too.
Hell yeah, let's go to Loki's. Loki,
All right,
go.
put it up.
Hey, Travis,
So-
well done. Saucy, good seeing you. And Micah, you and the Deadpool, I showed that to Andy before we shot our videos. I think that ruined them for the night, but that's all good.
I can just tell you, Todd, you and Andy coming on Smash was like the best.
It was
I
great.
love these guys, but that was amazing.
Yes.
Especially when y'all got into a giggle fit and we had no idea what y'all were laughing at, and then
Yeah,
all
it
of a
was
sudden
bad.
your camera just started twisting around.
Yo,
Yes,
yeah.
But guys, I do love y'all. This is Clouds and Stouts. This was episode 4, and we are going to continue to do this on a weekly basis. If one of us can't be here, we will have people to fill in the slot, and Clouds and Stouts will live on. So for everybody that has your cloud, everybody that has your stout, it's time to go out in true Cloud Stout fashion. So
Cheers, everybody.
Cloud, let's get a drink.
Cheers. I'm gonna get a vape just so I can join y'all in that. As soon as I want to hit it, it's here.
Ooh, shit.
What's
All
good?
right, guys. So we love you, and we will see y'all next week here on Saucy Shane's channel. And we're going to get them there, and we're going to have a good time. Until then, we will see y'all on the next one. Have a good one,
Love
guys.
y'all.
Y'all take care.
Cheers, everybody.